Oh, my friends is very good. I just realized my mic, my microphone. Well, that's kind of embarrassing. I just realized my microphone was off for like the first minute of the stream. That's great. Oh my goodness. My friend, I have something very interesting to talk about. Did you hear that there's a potential holy war going on? Actually, not too far away from where I live. My friend, it is crazy. My friend, it make me go nuts. So, I made a video talking about this before, and there's this city I live like, I don't know, a couple hours away from, and it's called Dearborn, Michigan. And dude, things have been going insane over there. You might not know about it because it's more of like a local thing, but it's starting to get so crazy. It's catching the attention of like major news outputs. It's insane, dude. I won't get too in depth to it, but wow, dude, it's my Fernanda has my nerves going crazy. Oops. Wait, you can press. My friend, can you press Alt to do that? Let me check this real quick. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I saw. I've been thinking about making a video. I probably won't because how stupid it is, but this 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 dude took a Quran and was like rubbing bacon all over it, and it's like, oh my goodness, man, it's insane. The DBD stream, bro. I've seen some people saying, "Oh, DBD's saved the devs. They're going back," and it's like they were so vague on the palette density stuff. You know that they're like, "Oh, we're gonna readjust some of the loops." It's yeah. People are kind of trying to. I'm currently talking about two different topics here, but there are air quotations Christians because there's how do I put this? There are zealot Christians and then there are peacetime Christians. Both of them are right. You know that neither of those are wrong. However, it's kind of stated in the Bible that Jesus wants us to be more peaceful than zealous. You still don't trust them? Oh yeah. Why would you? Talking about DBD devs, but um dude, it's I feel like a lot of these people they're right in their actions, but their execution is just straight up horrible. But yeah, it's something I've been keeping my eye on because it's starting to get kind of crazy over there. Kind of crazy. I mean, I think the mayor of Dearborn literally told a Christian guy to. And this Christian guy was one of those more peaceful Christians, you know, mind his own business, not really do anything crazy, but Yeah. And I'm sorry, I'll stop talking about this in a few seconds, but I really want to talk about it because it's on my mind. Just real quick. But the mayor of Dearborn, he literally told this Christian guy to leave, and it's like, dude, we are getting in some crazy territory. And this Christian guy, all he wanted to know was why they named a street after a literal terrace. So I don't know, man. It's just crazy. I will say though, when I watched that stream, the DBD stream, the entire time it felt like the devs were trying so hard not to offend people. And I'm just sitting there listening to this, and I'm like, oh, hang on. But I'm just sitting there. Let me go in here and I can talk a bit safer. I'm sitting here thinking to myself, why do these guys sound like they have a gun to their head? Like I think Partisan's here. You can barely hear him. Um, it just doesn't make sense to me because even I know you can't please everyone. It's just not possible. You're always going to make someone irritated, someone unhappy. You could literally be Midas himself and turn everything to gold, and people still would have something to complain about or want. And I think once the devs realize that, they can actually start balancing the game properly. You know what I mean? Yeah, me too. I plan on making a video about that too, like a fun build. But again, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna upload 3 videos this week. I'm gonna make a video looking at the palette changes, and then I'm gonna make a video talking about the live stream. And I think Friday this week, I'm gonna make a video talking about, or just making. I'm gonna try to make a fun build with Bird of Chase. Try to, right? I want to get back into DBD, but if again, like if they didn't actually fix much of anything, ugh, you know, only one man can only do so much. I saw one YouTuber, he made a video where he was like, he was being really negative about DBD, and he kept saying over and over, like, guys, I wanna play DBD, I wanna have fun, but you just can't. And that's basically how everyone's been right now. It's not cool. I'm hoping with, ooh, hang on. My friend, we're going to have light. Okay, now what we do is we put that back on. I had a friend deal with a person who said, I hope your killer queue times are longer when you don't have any survivors to play against. I don't know how anyone can see the changes that they literally said they're not bringing and be like, oh, the game's over. Dude, the killer queue times right now are basically instant because no one's playing killer. I don't know what these brats want, man. It's just ridiculous. This crybaby survivor was mad they didn't get the anti-bullcrap. Yeah, yeah. I even saw a YouTuber, I'm pretty sure it's the same guy I'm talking about, he intentionally camped and tunneled the entire PTB just to see if he could. And he said that these anti-camping, anti-tunneling changes literally did not stop him from doing any of that. Oh, I forgot this was even a task. But yeah, man, it's just the hand holding for survivors needs to stop. And I said this one time, but I said the kill rate for this game should be at around 70 to 75% because the whole point of people playing killer is to do just that, to feel like a killer, to play as a killer, you know, kill. But if they're aiming for like a 60% kill rate, that means on average, every 2 out of 3 matches, you're only going to get 2 kills out of 4, which how can you even say you're a killer at that point? If you're struggling to get even 2 kills Come on, man. We gotta be honest. Yeah, survivors don't like being killed, but guess what? That's why you're called a survivor and not a thriver. You're, you know, I mean, what do you want? Do you want to become the baby boomers and you have everything so handheld to you, you just start booming out new survivors? Ooh, my friend, that sounds very good. The devs asked if you are a killer player, put K. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Yeah, I actually saw that part live, and I think it was after that they were like, "Okay, guys, we have to remember it's another player on the other line." It's like, bro, killers typically do not have that problem. As for Jason, he's been in the works for years, ever since the Jason universe was made. He will have a lot of skins and a map. Survivor is unknown. If I had to guess, the Survivor is probably going to be Tommy Jarvis. I mean, that's the easiest and biggest one. If they fix the game, I might buy it, but I guess we're gonna figure out with just how bad these pallets are. Because I want Jason. I do too, but the thing is, I'm not gonna buy him if I literally can't, you know, if I can't feel like Jason, I'm not buying him because that's not Jason, right? Jason has zero issues slaughtering like 30 to 40 people with ease. To be honest, I don't care who the survivor is. I just want Jason. I think it would be really, really awesome. I'm not even a survivor main. I mean, Nick Cage, he's a good example. I didn't buy Nick Cage because, you know, I wanted to play as him. I just bought it because it's cool to have him. Ooh, crap. I'm getting shot at. It's funny how they went from killers are evil for slugging to everyone's an angel. Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to talk about. They were like, remember, guys, everyone's human, okay? Killers, they're human. Survivors, they're human. We need to remember this. And it's like, dude, you're the same people who were on last live stream almost a month ago saying, you can't do this, it's evil, you can't do that. See how the pallets are? Yeah. Um, I think tomorrow I'm gonna make a video discussing the stream, upload that on Monday, and then on Tuesday I'm gonna make either Monday or Tuesday, depending on how I feel really. I'll make a video. I said it earlier. I'm gonna make a video talking about the pallets. Yeah, see if they actually toned them down a little bit. I just can't believe they went like full balls to the wall with the pallets to begin with. I mean, that's insane. And it still baffles me how there are some survivors who actually believe it's skill. Like it takes skill to play as Survivor. It's like, dude, I have less than 100 hours total on Survivor on PC, and the fact that even I can last upwards of 3 minutes in a chase is ridiculous. Yeah. Keep in mind, Jason went against the actual Freddy Krueger and won. Yeah, exactly. I actually rewatched Freddy versus Jason recently. That was sick, man. We had it so good we didn't even realize it. Alright, I have to kill PMCs in here. My friends, it is good to see all of you. If you're wondering why my flashlight's so bright, it's because I have two on. Don't I need something in here? 50-50. Man, I was kind of like that yesterday myself. It was like, whatever, you know. Could be better, could be worse. I don't know, maybe I'm just too, what's the word? Naive, but I really do hope that the game's actually playable. I really do hope. Ooh, spooky. I gotta kill PMCs wearing this ridiculous outfit. My friends.
We got a fucking rat. Kill him.
The anti-camp, I don't mind. Yeah, me either, right? Didn't they say they weren't, like... Hang on. That was clean, bro. Oh my goodness. My PC's wireless Wi-Fi driver is randomly gone, so I can't even access internet on my PC. Yeah, I used to do some. My PC came with a built-in Wi-Fi card, and I used to use Wi-Fi, but the thing is, I'm using 3G Wi-Fi or internet rather, and because of that, it's not really good for multiple people using it. So if I'm streaming and let's say like my grandmother's on her phone on Facebook or something, my PC struggles horrendously to keep up, and I just switched to Ethernet for that reason. If the Wi-Fi goes out but the internet's still up, my PC's fine. I think he killed the PMC. They reverted back to 16 meters instead of 20. Yeah, I saw that. Did they ditch the anti-slugging stuff? Because the anti-slugging stuff, in my opinion, really wasn't that bad. I mean, yeah, it's kind of annoying, but being left on the ground for over 2 minutes, that's not fun for anybody. Okay, what other keys do I have? Just those two? 214. And it's weird because a lot of the Survivor players I saw on Twitter were acting like killers wanted all the changes to be gone. It's like, dude, I'm fair. I've played in both shoes, you know. I think the anti-slugging stuff, that's perfectly fine, but to just write me off as another killer main because I don't want the ridiculous 20-meter anti-camp is ridiculous. Was so weird seeing you comment on that video. I promise I'm not a stalker. My friend, what are you talking about? You know, I've actually seen you guys leave comments on other YouTubers I watch too, and it's kind of strange, but like, friends, you have a good taste. I think I saw someone leave a comment on Quiet Kills. I forget who it was. I also saw someone leave a comment on God Wolfie. My friends, that is very bussin'. Bro, where is everybody? I killed one dude and everyone ran away. Well, I guess if this was real life, you probably would too. My friends, we do not want to be killing people. So I'm doing a quest. I gotta kill, I think, 5 PMCs dressed up like a scav with a shotgun. Yeah. My friends, it is... Where is it? Right here. Oh, I gotta kill 8. Even better. We'll have the same algorithm, right? I know the Crybaby survivors are complaining and angry about it, but I don't care. They aren't going to ruin the game for us killer players or other survivor players. Yeah. And I just think it's weird how... Ooh. Ooh. Oh, you can't grab them. Dang it. Not those ones, anyway. I think it's really weird how... Like, how easy some survivor players want the game to be. It's like... Don't you realize if there's no challenge, like if killers aren't stronger than survivors, the game literally just dies. You know what I mean? Because why would you want to play a game that gives you the illusion of being chased by a killer instead of actually being chased by one? You know what I mean? It gets boring. You get the 2 codes today? I did not. Does that have something to do with, like, the drops or something? They don't bother to... Whoa! We get shot from behind. They don't bother to play both sides. Yeah, they don't. They say they do, but it's like, you know... Go play killer for more than a month, at least an hour a day, then come back and talk to me. A lot of Survivor players play killer, like, maybe once or twice every other month, and they say, oh, I play it. One was Scabby Boy. What are those codes for? Where do you even put them in? My friend, give me the info. Give me the tea, my friend. Do it. Do it. Like the BB, do it. Also, I have some clips to show you guys. I played this off stream for, I don't know, like 2 hours. I basically just wanted to get some of my Streets quests done because I can barely play Streets and the launcher. Okay, sweet. I can barely play Streets on like local, just me, offline. I can't imagine trying to play this on while streaming. That's why I played both sides. Exactly. VBS posted a video showing both. VBS. My friend, I'm Confucius. What do you get for like activating him? Any idea? My friend, I do not know. Also, I need to ask you guys a question. When I go live, do you guys get notified, or do you see my my YouTube posts before you get notified? I'm curious about that. Just some hideout stuff. Gotcha. Yeah. Very bad scav. I love that dude. He's funny. He is very funny. A millimeter. Yeah, YouTube kind of cucked me yesterday. Or not yesterday, Thursday. No. Yeah, it was Thursday, wasn't it? I'm hoping to God the goons aren't up. I'm just gonna assume they are. Dude, another reason I love Tarkov, they're not afraid to make shotguns realistic, dude. In so many video games, shotguns, you have to pretty much be kissing someone for it to register. Not in this game. My friends, I do the murder. The only other place I really know where PMCs spawn here is Skeleton. I'm not sure if they really spawn anywhere else. Speaking of PMCs, though, I got killed off stream by a PMC using M80s who was sitting at the... He was literally camping at the collapsed crane extract. Okay. Yeah, I got throat necked by a PMC camping in PvE Tarkov. You gotta love it. 300 XP from Flea. I wouldn't even get your hopes up because even after they made it so you can kind of buy stuff off the Flea, you're not going to be buying anything important up until like level 20. Even then, I wouldn't say... I'd say until like level 25. I need to get me some PMC kills, man. Where you all at? They don't usually go to Crack House. I can put that on here. What is it? I did get a... let's see. I got a couple gunsmith quests done. I got audit done, so now I can actually have a reliable source of tier 4 plates. Level 4. Tier 4. This isn't Call of Duty. My first raid off stream after Thursday literally had the goons and partisans spawn right on top of me on woods, and they were duking, like literally duking it out with each other. Oh. Speak of the devil. They were fighting each other and pretty much ignored me. I think Partisan killed Big Pipe and Bird Eye because I never saw either of them. In Night, he came out of nowhere with M80s and literally just blew my butt crack out. Oh my goodness, scared the hell out of me, man. My friends, I scream like little girl. Ooh. Ooh, baby. Man, it's a stupid scav. My friends, med tools. Guess I'll take that. Let's see here. We got 3 shots with this. Aim for the head won't be a problem. I've noticed the PMCs, they really love to camp. I don't know why, but lately every game I've been playing in PvE, just camp-a-mania. Morphine, PRS. Uzi. Oh, man. That behavior live stream was a joke, my friends. It was a big joke. Oop. PMCs. Jeez. Oh yeah, I'm not wearing headphones in game. My friends, it's going to sound very loud. There's only one other spot I know of that these guys like to sit in. It's literally right over there. Pop the painkiller. My friends, we do it. Don't murder me. Have you tried out the new lever action? Whoa! Holy crap. I managed to kill Tagilla with it. Only 5 shots. My friend, it is amazing. Speaking of that, I should probably be throwing grenades. Man, these... Wait, did I actually kill someone? Still trying to get the flea. Yeah. I kind of speed ran getting my traders to level 2 just because I wanted to get all the new toys, all the goodies. People are saying the new lever action's meta. It's really not. I mean, maybe if you got a bigger magazine for the thing, it'd be pretty good, but even in PvE, unless you get the drop on your opponent, you're almost always going to be outgunned. I don't need that. I have a bunch of level 5 and level 6 plates, but I can't use them because I have no vests or anything that actually are compatible with it. My friend, I hear you. I guess let's go check out the Giving Tree. While we're here, may as well. Old gas. My friend is mystery. Definitely will, though. Yeah, it's really fun. And the ammo for it is ridiculous. Old gas is open. Sweet. They kind of nerfed it. I like the way they balance things in this game, because if a weapon is too, like, meta, too overpowered, instead of nerfing the gun itself, they'll just make it so it's either harder to get or lock the things that make it good behind like quests or trader rep requirements, which I think is actually really nice. It sure beats just nerfing a weapon into the ground and never using it again, that's for sure. PMCs can spawn back there too. I think we're just gonna extract. I got a full bag. Anything in here? Nope.
Found an exit.
My friends is very good. I got landmark on my phone over here. Just long time, haven't seen you. What's up? How are you? My friend Satana, I am doing amazing. I'm gonna start playing DBD again. Next week, Tuesday. I might play today and then use some of that footage for a video I'm making Monday, but it's looking slightly better. I mean, not enough to really warrant playing older killers, but we're getting there. How have you been, man? I already talked about it, but apparently there's a quote unquote holy war, air quotations, brewing near where I live. And it's like, whatever, man. At this point, it wouldn't surprise me. Whatever happens, happens. There's nothing I can do about it, so why worry? I used to worry a lot, man. Especially in high school. Holy crap. I haven't thought about that in a while, actually. I think the last time I really, really worried about something, I was in high school, and this one teacher, dude, she would just have these like spontaneous outbursts where she would just assign like 9 or 10 different homework assignments all on the same day. In I was basically a triple A student or like a quadruple A student. I would almost never fail any classes except math. I hated math, but dude, this lady, she would assign so much homework, she would literally forget about it. That's how much homework she assigned. And this one teacher was on my nerves so bad, I had to literally switch to online courses because it was that bad for her class. It was horrible. There were multiple people who straight up dropped out of her class because of the amount of insane homework she would assign, dude. It was so bad. I used to wake up in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, sun just came up, heart just boom, 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 boom. Just it's like, dude, I dreaded going to her class that badly. Oh man, I don't miss that even a little. Oh my goodness. Wow. She must have had like ADHD or something because no one could keep up with that lady. Wow. Oh yeah, I forgot I actually managed to do a quest here. Hey fan, what is it? Farming part 3, turn in. What's this? Ugh, lighthouse. My friend, that is nasty. Ooh. I'm miserable. Remember the girl I was writing songs to? I wrote poetry words on her Facebook wall because she wouldn't reply on. She wrote to my mom, said I disgraced her to her friends, and that she would call the... Jeez, man. That sucks. Wow. Yeah. Although she lives in Latvia, I'm in Spain. Don't know how she imagined that. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's gotten to a point where it's like my whole view on the basically just, courtship in general, getting married, having a family, whatever, girlfriend, boyfriend. It's like, dude, if it happens, it happens. We live in a society where narcissism and independence is king of all, and I can't stand that. So many people just care about themselves all the time. It's just wow. It bothers me a lot. But hey, sometimes it's not always meant to work out. You just gotta try your best. I've noticed a lot of people also like people who are like-minded in the fact that they're narcissists, but then they get into like these really weird, hateful relationships where they just hate each other, and they're like feed off of their own hatred. It's so weird. Why did YouTube just kind of hang on? Just strange that I see her as Diamond and she thinks you're a retarded idiot. Holy crap. Yeah. I don't know, man. I've never really I've always felt way more mature than the people I grew up around, and I still feel that way. I feel like a lot of the people I know are, I wouldn't say immature, but mature for their age, if that makes sense, right? I feel like I'm kind of a little too mature for my age, sometimes to my own detriment, but that's just how it is, man. No point in crying about it. Trying to see. I need shotgun ammo. I can't even buy this off the flea, can I? No, I cannot. Go figure. Hmm. Need that. A lot of, what? I think we'll do an interchange run. I'll do this quest off stream. It's this is another one of those quests where like it's it's fun, but when you're it's very hit or miss, quite literally. Hard to let go, but no options left. Yeah, you don't wanna you don't wanna actually become a stalker. You know what I mean? You don't wanna actually go nuts over one person because they will. Well, some people will abuse it. Not good. Hmm. Leave this here. Different vest. I had attack. Yeah, right here. Attack rig. It's weird because a lot of people are like, "Oh, I had my first girlfriend in high school." It's like, dude, I I just never really had the time for that, and even if I did, I don't think I'd be chasing that. Like I don't have time to be fooling around, but even now that I'm older, I really don't care. It's kind of hard to explain. Some people call it being asexual, which means you're just not attracted to people, and it's like, no, I wouldn't mind, having a family. That's really cool, but at the same time, it's just like I don't want to sound like a douchebag, but the truth is, a lot of these women, they're just not worth the effort. They're really not, man. A lot of these women, they want guys to spend like thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars on them just for a chance to stick together. It's like, dude, I ain't stupid. I ain't stupid. I see your games, lady. My mama told me to stay away from ladies like you. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, I did get a magazine case. That being said, I have no idea where my magazines are. Here they are. if it ain't very good. Yeah, I think we're just gonna do a quick interchange run. I need to get my lighting to level 2 so that way I can build my gym. We could go to reserve, look for some impact grenades too, actually. Not that bad of an idea. I feel like I lost hope and faith now, but the hell I can do. How do I love when my heart is broken? What should I say when all has been said about me? I can only move on and feel defeated. Well, that's... Hmm? It's another one of those things where, like... You see, I've never... I've kind of been in your shoes, kind of, but not in the same way. You know, I grew up with a stepfather who was very like mentally as well as physically abusive, and because of that, he would like kind of psychologically blame me for my problems, and almost in kind of like a Stockholm syndrome type of way. I kind of just accepted that, but as I've gotten older, people would be like, "Oh, well, you didn't really love him, right?" No, because there were moments where he was actually a good father, but those moments were very far and in between. So the process of letting go is never going to be easy, even with those who, you know, you're trying to spend the rest of your life with. But you know, a great example is the fact that he taught me how to ride a bike, right? He taught me how to fish. But the problem is those two good moments, there are maybe 500 other bad moments that outweigh them. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But when it comes to people, it takes a lot to give your heart to someone because it's a sacrifice. It is. That's what love is, sacrifice. And when you give your heart to someone, you're openly acknowledging, "Hey, I really love you, you know, like you're an awesome person," and you're sacrificing your heart in the sense that you hope they say the same thing, and it's crushing when they don't, right? And it's the same thing with religion. You can't force someone to love God, whoever you believe God is. You can't force someone to do that, right? It's a sacrifice. You have to give your love willingly, because if you don't, it's not love at that point. It's just not. And that's a whole other topic of discussion of what love actually is. So many people think love is like give and take. What can you do for me? What can I do for you? What do you bring to the table? Love is sacrifice. How do you think, should I try to find someone else or just stay lone wolf? I think it would be best for you mentally just to lay low for a while. You know what I mean? Because think about it. If you jump right back on the scene and you're like, "Come on, world, I'm fresh. I'm fresh off getting my heart broken. Let's give it another shot." Not only would that be unattractive in many women's eyes, but you're also not going to be at the top of your game. You know what I mean? You have to recover mentally before you can start to physically, you know, go out in the world again. I would know that. I think we're ready. Yep. All right. Interchange. No problem, dude. No problem at all. Thanks for opening up and trusting me with that. I appreciate it. Hmm. I'm slowly but surely embracing my inner tan man, tan helmet. Tan headphones, almost completely tan gun. Got tan pants. I love the tan man. And you know, it's kind of crazy how this is all coming full circle, but me and another chatter, we were talking a couple minutes ago about not being able to please everyone, right? And a lot of people nowadays, not even love, but just friendships too. Everyone wants to be pleased, you know. Everyone wants to. What can you give me? What can I give you? How can you benefit me in some way? Yo, what's up, Jake? My friend. I hope you are doing well. But there are so many people who are just, you know, what can I have from you? What do you give me? And it's not even just love, it's friendship too, which is a form of love, but not the one we're talking about, right? And it's not good, man. And it all ties back around to the fact, yeah, it's narcissism. That's what it's called, you know? Only ever thinking about yourself and how you can be benefited by other people. It's not only is it like rude to other people, but it literally makes your heart turn black. Like your empathy just goes out the window for other people. It's not good. Ooh, I'll take that. Kind of laggy. Morphine. And this all ties around to the fact that you could literally give a friend, a wife, a mom, a dad, a brother, a sister. This Tarkov sure is, fam. My friend, we are digging it in Tarkov. These lights are so bright. Oh my goodness. I literally referred to Midas. You guys know the tale of the Midas touch, right? The guy who could turn stuff to gold by just touching it. Well, earlier I said you could literally be Midas himself, and you could give all the gold in the world to someone. And for some people, that still won't be enough. You could literally be the richest man alive, and for some people, that's still not enough. It's insane. And the truth is, people who want you to give them things and expect you to do stuff for them, they're not worth your time, man. They're just not. And that's another big reason why I don't even bother really trying to date or anything like that, because a lot of women are like that. Women my age, anyway. They're like, "Oh, what do you have? What can you give me?" It's like, I got nothing for you if that's all you're concerned about. You know? I'm much more concerned about the content of people's character. That's why it's pretty easy for me to just not engage with people like that. I remember other story where one guy said everything I touch turns to cold stone. I think I've heard of that too. Something like that, yeah. It's kind of like Jack Frost in that sense. I would give. Well, yeah, you know, don't mistake me. It's not wrong to give, but you have to be careful because a lot of people nowadays are just take, 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 take. You know what I mean? Ooh. Angry Russian. Whoa! Tango down. I think that was a PMC.
We get a fucking rat. Kill him!
Why does it sound like I'm inside of a building? That's weird. But yeah, man, that's... People who don't have a lot of friends typically don't have a lot of friends because of the fact that they, at least in today's world, they don't have anything worldly to give. You know, things like money or job opportunities or anything of that sort. And if you want to know what real friendship looks like, watch the Lord of the Rings films. Samwise Gamgee and I'm blanking on the other dude's name. Sam and that other guy, I forget his name, but you want to see an actual friendship, that's what that is. That's what that looks like. Is that a scav or PMC? You're pretty good at Tarkov. I feel happy that you don't lose your cool, still streaming, believing in yourself, talk to people, being honest. That is strong, trust me. I mean, well, first of all, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it, but it really just boils down to having the courage to not care. And like I said, you know, people, you can never make you can never make everyone happy. You know, it doesn't matter what you do. Someone's always gonna want something different. Love Lord of the Rings. I need to rewatch them, man. I haven't seen them in a while. And ultimately, at the end of the day, there are some days where I'm streaming and it's just me. Other days I'm streaming, I got like 20, 30 people in here. And it's like, whatever, you know, I'm playing games, I'm talking anyway. I don't care if I'm streaming to no one or everyone. It really doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? It's like I said a while ago, you know? It's not really so much as believing in myself as much as it is if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen, you know? It's better than doing nothing, right? And if me just talking helps people, then hey, God bless. You know what I mean? Wow, I'm actually kind of popping off right now. Maybe den hacker cheater. What's the... Wow, this thing's actually in pretty decent condition. Someone's got diarrhea over there. Ooh! We haven't even gotten to interchange yet, man. We gotta get in there. Man, it's just scav. Nighty night, friend. Yeah, what was his name? I forget his name. It was Sam. Sam was the ginger guy. What was the name of the other dude? Oh, man, I can't remember his name for the life of me. Sam in... I might have to look this up. It's just YouTube hides people's content, which sucks. Yeah. I've also noticed that YouTube... So YouTube has a built-in chat moderation system for smaller streamers like me, and even though I disabled it, it still hides people's messages for some reason. I don't know why, but the one time I actually needed YouTube's moderation system, it didn't work, and some crazy lady came into my chat. I actually still have, I believe I still have a screenshot of it, but she came in out of nowhere and revealed her job occupation, her full legal name, where she lived, and the names of all of her students. And I literally had to go in the YouTube editor after the stream ended and cut it out of the stream, of the VOD, because she gave so much information. I was able to find where she lived in real life. I found the school she worked at in real life, and I was able to contact her boss. And I told her boss, you know, what happened. I'm like, dude, you gotta, like, reprimand your this teacher or something. Dude, it was bad. It was bad. I still have an email. Let me see if I can show it. Like, I still have an email I might have to block some of it out or something. Yeah, right there. Screenshot and everything. Obviously, I can't show you guys too much, but I contacted her boss, and dude, I don't know if she ever got in trouble, but he never contacted me again. Yeah, it's crazy. But I got to thinking, I'm like, this can't be the first time she's done this, right? Like, I banned her immediately from my chat once I saw what she posted because I didn't want her to keep talking. This is a new area. But she came back at the end of my stream using her school account and asked me why I banned her. And I banned her again. It's like, you may not be a bot, but that has to be the most bot behavior I have ever seen in my entire life, dude. It is ridiculous. It's easy from the outside, but you fighting to become a good person. They never fail to judge you, no matter who you are. Can't change the story, but you can do your best to change everything. That, my friend, is called repentance. The battle of repentance. Ooh, an impact nade. Take that factory. I don't know if she got fired, but she did mention that they were her new students. So, I don't know, man, but even in the screenshot I still have on my PC to this day, you can see her full legal name as like her YouTube username. Like government official name and everything. And it's just like, who in their right mind would ever think it's okay to just drop all that crap? You know, that's insane. Getting pretty laggy. Wondering if Killa spawned. I need light bulbs. Nope. Where you at, brother? Oh. Eh. There we go. On maps like Interchange, you actually want to loot the scavs to kill because they have a lot of junk on them. I hope she at least got reprimanded because, wow, man. That is ridiculous. Ridiculous! What you have on you? Nothing. I wonder how does it feel to be double time rejected and banned? I don't know, man, but at first I was debating on even contacting her, the principal of the school, right? Because I thought, maybe they think I'm like a prankster or something, but I had to go for my own privacy because I contacted them with my own personal email, right? And it for sure sucks to be banned, yeah, but some people deserve it, like that lady. I mean, you can't just be coming into a random person's live stream and just doxing your entire classroom. That's insane, man. Like, if you want to talk about stuff like that, or other people, you can talk about them all you want. I don't care, but no names, you know? First names only. Unless it's like, you know, a celebrity or a politician, something like that. But, you know, if someone came in and said, I saw Jesus Christ of Nazareth, he came to me in a dream, I'm not gonna ban them, you know what I mean? Oh, crap. I might think they're full of it, but, you know, I'd hear them out. Oh, oh. I don't even think these guys have anything on them. This dude probably just spawned in. Did I loot this already? No, I did not. I think I need one of those, actually. Where do we get light bulbs? I'm thinking we have to head further into Interchange. It's the only thing I can think of. If it's not a secret, what do you do mostly off streams? Oh, I ain't got nothing to hide, man. Off stream, I pretty much just game, workout, look for jobs. Speaking of that, actually, I applied to a job not too long ago, and they contacted me saying that they would be in touch soon for an interview. And I was hyped. I'm like, oh, yo, it's actually gonna happen. I'm gonna get another job, hopefully. Thank God, right? They never called me. It's like, dude, if I were to tell an employer, oh yeah, I'll show up for my interview. I'm not gonna give you the specific time or date, but I'll show up. Trust me. And then just don't, bro. How inconsiderate. I've been wanting to read more books. There's this book called The Problem of Pain by C.S. Lewis. I've been wanting to read that really, really bad. I think I might actually go to a library and check it out. The book is basically C.S. Lewis having a philosophical debate with himself about the existence of pain in a world that supposedly has a god, right? And he's basically just debating with himself on how a loving God can exist in this world despite the incredible amounts of pain that also exists. It's stupid when they tell you, we're going to call you later, never call back. Yeah. My dog is whining. My dog, Titus, he hates it when I stream because I close my bedroom door. Because if I don't, he just comes in here and he likes to climb all over me, and you know, he'll try and jump up on my desk if I let him. But he's a good boy. He's a good guy. Good little fella. Books are nice. I like Harry Potter books. You know, I tried to get into Harry Potter when I was younger. It just never really clicked with me. I do like I forget how to pronounce his name. Rick Riordan, something like that. He's got, dude, I love the Percy Jackson books. I read all of them, and I also read his other series, which takes place, I think, after. It takes place in like Roman mythology instead of Greek. I forget those book series, but it has like a whole different set of main characters, and it's really cool, man. I think if I actually have one of them, I might. I'm trying to think. I need to visit 4 of these stores, actually. I completely forgot about that. I think I read The Sorcerer's Stone or something like that when I was a kid. It just didn't stick with me. That being said, I'm also kind of a weirdo because I like Shakespeare, so. Have you considered to do a small square window where we can see you live by webcam? Yeah, and I've said it before. I don't think I'm ever gonna have a face cam, or if I do, I'm probably gonna be wearing like some kind of mask because AI, dude, AI, the way AI is going, I don't feel comfortable with that. Okay, I think. Ah, yeah, my dog's whining because my grandma just got home. Right. You might hear some thunder, but that's just him running around going nuts. Never read Percy Jackson books. That's interesting. They're really, really good. Like, even if you're an adult, they make for a really good read. When I was younger, I used to be obsessed with Greek and Roman mythology. It's kind of crazy to think about, actually. The you know, sometimes I wonder if I'm autistic because like are you ashamed of yourself? No, I'm not ashamed of myself. I'm terrified of what people will do with my face once we get you know, once they see it. I wouldn't say I'm ugly by any means, but I'm not like the most handsome dude ever either. Well, it's not even so much privacy, it's just the fact I've seen You know, big streamers like Queso and stuff. Oh, crap. Hang on. Hold that thought. Ooh. I'm being tag teamed. There we go. Anyway, big streamers like Queso and stuff. I mean, I've seen what people have done, like, with him and his face using AI. That's insane. It really is. The Roman Empire and whatnot. Paper. Screws. Tea. My friend, you kidding me? I drink your tea. Alright, let's see here. I might drop this poster. I'll drop the drill. I need light bulbs, man. Give me a light bulb. My friends, I need new light in life, yes? I forget the stores we need to go to. I think we need to go to this one. I know, yeah, we gotta go to that one right there. I believe. Is it this one? Yeah. If I remember correctly, it goes around in like a huge rectangle. Yep. It really is, dude. I mean, it's gotten to the point where you can't even tell, unless it's something like super extremely outrageous, like otherworldly, you're never going to be able to tell if it's AI or not. Not only that, but scam callers, dude, they've started to use AI to mimic your voice and, like, call your loved ones and pretend to be you in distress, dude. It's insane. Actually. There we go. Oh, no. Game gonna crash. There we go. Yeah, Tarkov does not like it when you alt-tab. I don't know why. Right. Oh. Yeah, right here is where we need to go. Idea. That's where all the parts are. Ooh, wallet. My friend, very Gucci. Alright, what you got on you, man? Ooh, a light bulb. Thank you. Erica hasn't been around too often. I think that's because she really just wants to see more DBD. Who am I being shot at by? Hang on, guys. Nix, that's that guy's name. He popped in yesterday for a quick second. Nix has a lot of stuff going on, though. He's, my friend, he is father. You know, Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader? Yeah. My friend, he is Darth Vader. Is Tarkov worth it? You see, that is... It's not a difficult question for me, because of course I'm going to say it's worth it, but at the same time, there's kind of like a prerequisite of questions you need to answer. What are you looking for in a extraction shooter? You know, are you looking for realism, air quotations? Are you looking for PvE? Are you looking for hang on. Are you looking for a really difficult challenge? Oh. I think there's a PMC over there. Tarkov, for me, despite all of its imperfections, I love this game to death. I really do. I mean, yeah, it has a lot of bugs, but keep in mind I'm playing on PvE right now, so I don't have to deal with cheaters. I don't have to deal with extract campers. Well, sometimes the AI do extract camp, which is actually pretty funny, but yeah. This game, it was recently just fully released, so you can buy it on Steam, but I wouldn't. Yep, PMC. Oh crap, there's more than one. Oh, I'm stuck in a box. Ooh. Okay. Ooh, I got my impact. Did I kill one? You're looking for casual? If you want a casual, like, Tarkov experience, you should get the PvE version. So, what you have to do is you have to buy the game for, like, 40 bucks, and then you can buy the PvE DLC for an additional 20. So you basically purchase the full game for 60 bucks. And they also have a Call of Duty style. Wait, let me see if I killed them, because I actually have a quest where I need to kill them with grenades. They also have a Call of Duty styled. I did not kill them. Okay. They have a Call of Duty styled DLC called Tarkov Arena, and I'm not really a fan of that because it's basically team deathmatch. But yeah, if you're into that, you can buy that too. Did I kill them? I heard hackers are bad in Tarkov. They can just leak everything. Hang on. Alright. Oh. Okay, looks like I dropped one. Yeah, I did. The other one's still alive, though. Just curious, have you tried to play Counter-Strike 2? And if you have, what do you think? I thought about it. I've never really... Actually, I think I have. Yeah, I played Counter-Strike 2 on the original Xbox. Not Counter-Strike 2, but just Counter-Strike. Global Offensive. Man, that was crazy. I remember really liking that game, but back then, I'm pretty sure you could only play it on Xbox anyway, offline, maybe. I could be wrong. I saw, though, recently that everyone was going nuts because they, like, changed how all of the, like, loot cases or whatever, boxes worked. People were losing, like $80,000 of fake money. Yeah, that's funny. Well, I shouldn't say it's funny because some people were actually, like, addicted to that and gambling, but it's funny in the sense that they were gambling and they knew what they were doing, and yet they somehow expected a different outcome. Railway exfil. We'll take the railway. But yeah, in terms of difficulty, if you're looking, Tarkov on the surface looks like a first-person shooter, but it's really not. Tarkov is a MMORPG disguised as a first-person shooter. I mean, there are skills, there are quests, there are choices you can make now with the 1.0. You gotta grind for gear, you gotta complete certain quests to unlock certain things. I mean, this game really has it all, in my opinion. That's why I like to play it. I actually recently hit over 600 hours. Yeah, have you heard of the guy called One Pixel? He's like, a slightly different shade of blue. Oh, an extra $30,000. Oh, it's like, dude, what? I'll never get that, man. It's crazy. I get how it's addicting, though, you know? Gambling. I think the most I've ever won on a scratch-off ticket was, I want to say, like, $30 or $40, but, yeah. We gotta extract. I'm gonna run out of time here. Anything good? Nope. Alright, we are running. Alright. Wait, you're playing on PC, right? I used to play on Xbox a crap ton, but oh my goodness, I'm gonna take like a 3 hour long story and just kind of sum it up in 10 minutes because I've already told this story on my YouTube. It's a video I uploaded, but basically, a bunch of crazy stuff happened. Me and my family, we had to move, and the places we're living in right now, they didn't have enough rooms for all of us to live in the same like household. So I kind of moved out of my parents' place, kind of, but trying to think here. When I moved, I spent money on a PC thinking, because keep in mind, I didn't know we were moving. None of us knew we were moving because it was, you know, we were living pretty up until the last second. But basically, all hell broke loose. We ended up kicking my stepdad out. Thank God. We should have kicked him out a long time ago. But my grandmother, the mother of my stepfather, sold the house we were living in after we left, and she gave some of that money to my mom, basically kicked her stepson out. I wouldn't say disavowed him, but she knows how he is, and she doesn't support him in basically any way. What? Yeah, one pixel freaked out over it. Yeah, dude, he's nuts. I love his energy, but he's crazy, man. And long story short, I originally planned to. I love watching your gameplay and talking. You kind of remind me of Goblin. Are you referring to like Asmongold? I know a lot of people call him the Goblin King or the Rat King. What was I just talking about? I completely forgot. Oh yeah. Xbox or PC. So long story short, I had a job, I was saving up for a PC, but my grandma's dog, her name was Ella, she had cancer, and we had to get her put down because she was suffering. She wouldn't eat or anything. So I had to pay money for that, which I'm fine with, you know? Stuff happens. You gotta pay for crazy stuff that comes out of nowhere. It's whatever. Life moves on. I saved up around $1,200 for this PC I'm playing on right now, and I had a PlayStation, which I gave to my brother because he didn't have anything to play on. And what's funny is the PlayStation I had was a Batman Arkham edition, and when I gave him that PlayStation, Kevin Conroy, he sadly passed away like a week or two after I gave that to him, and he sold it for a profit because Kevin Conroy, he voiced Arkham Batman as well as like basically every other Batman close to, and he sold it for like a profit of maybe 50, 60 bucks, and then I think he bought an Xbox. But I used to play on Xbox like all throughout middle school and high school. The only reason I stopped is just because I wanted to play PC games. I wanted to play games like Tarkov. You know, basically, I wanted all of the abilities the computer had whilst playing computer-only games, right? I still play Xbox, but the only time I really play Xbox is when I'm at my mom's place and I'm playing with like my brothers, but that's about it. I actually recently went over to my mom's place and me and my brother, we played some Call of Duty Zombies. RIP. Yeah, right? I am trying to think. So, one of my favorite childhood video games that I played on Xbox, the original Xbox, was Splinter Cell Chaos Theory. Dude, I love that game to death. And it went on sale on Steam recently. You already know I had to buy that. I think I bought it for like $2.99, something like that. Some crazy good deal. We're gonna barely make it. Yeah, we're good.
located.
But yeah, I pretty much just gave my Xbox account to my one of my brothers. So sick of sad stories. I already feel stupid because of my girl. No more sad. Let's look into the bright future. I believe in you. You're not alone. I'll stick with you till the end as much as I can. Well, it's not really a sad story, you know, because a lot of that ultimately comes down to perspective. And when I think about all of the pain that I've lived through, all of the trauma, all of the sad days, I'm thankful for it. I really am, because without that, I would have never found God. I would have never been able to become a better person. I would have never been able to get rid of my insane amounts of anger, my narcissism, which I developed as a sense of what's like self defense. It was like a defense mechanism, you know. So when I look back on that stuff, it's although it's sad, I'm thankful it happened because it's helped me grow as a person quite a lot. You know, you have to train yourself to be a glass half full type of person. You know, have you played DayZ, brother? Almost 350 hours, and that's just on PC. I remember when I originally bought Tarkov, I didn't have the money for PvE yet. So what I did was I hope you stay better. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Um when I first moved to PC, I bought Tarkov, but PvE wasn't a thing yet. And because of that, I basically just rage quit and stopped playing the game. You don't have to suffer to become strong. It sucks, but I'm glad you can cope with it. It's again, it's not even a coping mechanism. Like, yeah, you don't have to suffer to become strong, but the way I see it as like a trial through flames, right? The the Bible literally describes it as a blacksmith process. You know what I mean? In order to, how do I put this? In order to become strong, a blacksmith first melts a blade, right? And then he hammers it as hard as he can, and then he melts it again, hammers it again, quenches it, you know? So that's the way I view life, you know? It's you're gonna have ups and downs, and I think if we as strong people can learn to view the downs as not just downs, we can become amazing, like the best versions of ourselves. You know what I mean? It's not easy. I will say it's much easier said than done, but when you do learn how to master that technique, nothing in this world will ever hurt you. It's just not possible. It's only $20 on PS. DayZ? Oh yeah. Or PC, you mean? Yeah. Dude, that's another reason why I love Steam. You get insane deals all the time, man. All the time. I mean, Ghost of Tsushima right now is on sale, I think, for. Oops. Let's see. Yeah, for 35.99. Stalker on sale. I want to get this. I'm kind of broke at the moment, but hey, what I may lack in money, I have in spirit, my friends. um, Even the strongest guys can cry. Exactly, right? Just oh no, dude, that's not good. If you gotta cry, let it out, man. If you're broken, don't be ashamed to say it. You know what I mean? And we live in a world where people say admitting that you're feeling depressed or you have some crazy problem going on makes you weak. I've found it takes more strength to admit what you're going through and talk about it than it does to hide it. And again, I would know that because man, Elden Ring is peak. I haven't played it yet. I really want to though. That's another thing though. If you like games that have a lot of challenge, not impossible, but a lot of challenge, Tarkov is for you. I actually have a clip I got off stream. Show it to you guys. Where was it? Right here. So I'm playing Woods, and I spawned in right next to a boss. So I immediately ran away because when you spawn in next to a boss, if you stand still, you are dead. Like, pretty much guaranteed. And he's literally shooting at me. You can hear him. Boom. But I'm trying to bait him out with nades. The pain you have makes you who you are. Precisely. Well, not only that, but also how you overcome it makes you who you are too. Because both my grandfather and my stepfather experienced severe pain when they were younger, and yet they were two completely different guys. I mean, my stepfather, I'm not going to talk bad about him because it's he. I don't want to say I'm better than that, but at the same time, he has a lot of issues, and I hope he gets better. But that's really all I'm going to leave it at. Whereas my grandfather, he didn't really he'd never let his pain affect him. So much so, we never even knew he was sick up until he literally could not stand anymore. You know what I mean? And my grandfather, he allowed the pain in his life that he experienced to give him strength. You know what I mean? And one thing I admired about my grandfather, one thing I loved more than anything about his character, he did not care what he had to say, and he did not care how you felt. If he had a problem with you, he would tell you right to your face. He did not care if you liked it. He did not care if you took offense. He would tell you to your face no matter what. And he would leave it at that. Now, obviously, a lot of people didn't like that most of the time, which, led to some crazy instances, but I admire that, having the guts to actually stand up for what's right and tell the truth regardless of, who it is. That's admirable. Pain and hatred is what makes you cold and ruthless. Light is strength and darkness is weakness. Light always defeats the darkness. Yeah, I would say pain can lead to hatred. That was the boss right there. I didn't realize I killed him so fast. There he is, dead. Now check this out. Check this out. So I thought, oh, okay, he spawned in. I'm fine, right? Well, fast forward, fast forward 30 seconds. It happened so quick. I literally almost didn't get it on camera. And this dude came out of nowhere. His name's Knight. He's a part of a boss squad. Literally almost murdered me from behind. My grandma's bold like that too, lol. Well, the thing is, my grandfather, he was like that even as a young man, and my grandma told me he was like that because he was a really short statured guy, and because of that, he was always trying to compensate for his like short height. I think he was like 5'6", maybe a little shorter, but people, even his own brothers, used to make fun of him and like pick on him because he was short, and that he developed that sort of tough guy persona as a sort of defense mechanism. But like I said before, I don't have any regrets in life. I mean, I'm still young, there's still time for it, but one thing I wish I did was get to know my grandfather a little more before he passed away. And that's not even my fault, right? It's that's a whole nother story. I'll check out my YouTube channel. I made a video about it. You guys can watch it if you're interested. But basically, the time he had left that I did spend with him, I loved every moment of it. I learned so much in those few weeks I had left with him. It'll stick with me for the rest of my life, and I'm thankful for it. I really am. He taught me so much in just basically a month. It's man, and it wraps around to that the idea that pain isn't a weakness; it makes you stronger, and that's true, man. You know, yeah, it sucks to think about loved ones you've lost, but the more you talk about it, the more you face the reality of the situation. Not only does it get easier to talk about that, but it also helps you look on the bright side of it. Have you seen a film, Cocaine Bear? I've heard of it. Man, I remember when that film came out, people were going nuts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There was a real life bear who actually ingested a crapload of cocaine and for I think like 6 hours. Exactly, dude. Yeah. Inspiring the 2023 film Cocaine Bear. Yeah, dude. Yeah. You know, maybe I'll watch that. I've been looking for a good movie to watch. Something funny. Yeah. All right, let's see here. But yeah, man, you know, it's and that's another thing too. A lot of people don't like to a lot of people don't like to talk about hard-hitting subjects and stuff because it's too much for them. They can't handle it, right? A lot of people would rather go through life just not even really thinking about stuff. And honestly, I don't blame them because it's easier that way. But when you're faced with death, you have to do that. Did not even know Cocaine Bear was even real. It looks so dumb. Oh no, dude, it was real. It was real. And I actually saw this on Joe Rogan's podcast when he was talking about it a couple of years ago. This bear for like 6.5 hours was the most dangerous predator on the entire planet. It was insane. Oh man, I gotta watch that. I completely forgot that movie even existed. That's funny, man. Man, I'm starting to get kind of a headache. Hey, Fernand, I am talking. What do we got? Daily missions, ground zero. Hmm. We have some reserve stuff. Yeah, we might actually go to reserve. I don't remember. Ooh, I don't remember though. Locate the food storage location on reserve. I think that's one of the bunkers. And then this was mechanic. It was cool. No spoilers. Just watch it. It reminds me of that of that Winnie the Pooh horror movie. It was like Pooh, Blood and Honey or something like that. Oh man, that stuff's funny. Jeez, man. All right, where is? All right, yeah, we gotta sort by location. Oh yeah, we could do that on Woods package. Okay, yeah, let's go to Woods. Woods is probably my favorite map in Tarkov. It's very simple, but it works so well. It's very good. I'm kind of overloaded right now. At some point, we're gonna need to go um back to interchange. Gotta get those. Gotta get them light bulbs. But I'll probably, like I said, I'll probably do that off stream because I'll show you guys my hideout. I got a lot of stuff actually going right now, and I feel like I'm kind of rushing it. That Pooh movie was just outrage. Yeah, it really was. It was crazy. I saw Dead Meat do like a kill count for that movie. Wow, man, to say that movie was goofy is an understatement. All right, we got half the light bulbs we need. Hopefully this time, I don't spawn next to the goons or partisan. That would be amazing. Ooh, actually, I almost forgot to show you guys this. You want to see something funny? So this game right here is the first time I'm using the new lever action they added to Tarkov. And the boss spawned on this map. Skip to the part where actually... So, some of the bosses in this game, they wear heavy face masks, and because of that, you can hear them like before they get close to you. And this guy, his name's Tagilla, he literally runs around roided out with a steel welded face mask, and he uses a sledgehammer to kill people. And just watch what happens. This is crazy. That's him right there. Just dropped him like a light, like it's nothing. It's so dumb, man. This game has a lot of goofy moments like that because the AI doesn't always work the way it's supposed to. When the AI does work, you get a very, very close experience to like going against actual real life people. But when it doesn't work, you get really goofy stuff like that. It's pretty funny, man. I don't know what he was doing, just crouching there, but man, that was funny. Oh yeah, gotta take that off. He didn't even react. He didn't even react to the first two bullets. He didn't even. Yeah, yeah. I don't get it. It's funny, but if I had to describe Tarkov in just like one generalized way, I would say Escape from Tarkov is like, oh, it'd be like if you took Skyrim, added a bunch of like modern stuff to it, including guns, and then set it in like a fictional Russia. That's pretty much what it's like. Because you have a whole skill tree and everything. You have strength, you have endurance, you have skills for different weapon types. I mean, I love this game, and that's an understatement, dude. It's an absolute understatement. But what's cool about the lever action in this game, it's technically a bolt action. And because of that, you can use this lever action to get quests done that require you to use bolt action rifles, which is amazing. Because technically, a lever action is a bolt action when you think about it. You have to manually cycle every time you shoot, right? So you love to kill. Sometimes. In game, of course. I'm not a psychopath, but um it's just this game has so much in-depth lore, so many different missions and quests. Everyone has a different story. I mean, there's a reason I have over 600 hours in this game. Oops, open up the console commands. It's not even the combat that's the best part. It's just learning this game's story and seeing number go up. Ooh, ooga booga. You know what I mean? Alright, so this quest I'm trying to do, we have to hope a BTR driver comes out of nowhere so we can hire him to take us to where we need to go. It's kind of the same reason I love Skyrim. You know what I mean? Skyrim's another one of those games that you can just get absolutely lost in. Don't look at that. Hide that for later. Where did we hide it? Ooh, a mount. Okay. I don't know what that's for, but I'll take it. My friend, we do not look at the bunny. Okay. This game is like if Call of Duty and no, not even Call of, it's like Stalker mixed with Skyrim mixed with like Dark Souls, pretty much. That's yeah, that's like the best way to describe it. My friend Jakey. I've been thinking about. A lot of people have asked me like about my Twitch and stuff, and it's like, I don't know, man. Twitch is such a crappy platform. I mean, yeah, it's fun for the viewers, right? Because you can interact with streamers a lot more there. But on Twitch, they have basically no ethics and no morals at all. You can just do whatever you want. You could literally be half naked on stream if you want. I mean, come on, man. I mean, YouTube isn't much better, but at least on YouTube, you can rest easy knowing that, well, predators actually get banned. Alright. We need to find this BTR driver. There's one spot I know he drives in from. Jake might have dipped, to be honest. I might keep today's stream a little bit shorter. I usually stream for like 5 or 6 hours at a time, but I got some family over right now. I might go hang out with them for a little bit. I also gotta crank out some videos for next week, at least one. It's funny because the editing process for videos takes longer than actually making them. It's so weird. That's why I prefer live streaming, though. You don't have to edit anything out. You can literally, well, sometimes you do, but most of the time you don't have to. Not to mention, you can actually talk with the people who are watching you live. You know what I mean? I much prefer that. The only problem is my PC is, it's not bad, but it's not great either. And I was going to invest into some better components, so that way it would ideally run better. But, of course, the moment I go to do that, the prices of everything goes up by about double. So, yeah, I don't know if that's going to be happening anytime soon. Ugh. We gotta find this BTR driver, man. But yeah, the Satana you mentioned earlier, like, oh, you know, you just keep doing YouTube, you believe in yourself. You know, at the end of the day, it's not even really like, oh, I wanna get big, I wanna get famous. It's like I said earlier, it's like if it happens, it happens, you know. Wow, that was a good kill. Oh my goodness, the scav is screwing me. Holy crap, dude. I almost got murdered. I've never seen a scav. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know about where you live, but in America, Black Friday is a complete scam. It used to be decent back in like the early 2000s, but wow. It's a complete scam nowadays. What they do is like a month or two before Black Friday, they'll up the prices of the product that they think consumers are going to buy. And then when Black Friday comes around, like a week before, they mark it off sale to what the price was before. And I've seen people go in stores and actually lift up sale stickers to find the previous price on there, and it's the exact same thing. It's so dumb, man. But hey, Jeff Bezos, he's got to get an extra yacht this year. You know what I mean? I should probably heal up. Not exactly smart to be running around half dead. This BTR driver may not have even spawned in. It's like 50-50 sometimes. Eh. Alright, full ammo. Sometimes it is, but where you buy stuff, you can actually see before Black Friday how much it costs on Black... Yep. I think they actually have websites that allow you to do that. You know, go online, look at the prices of stuff, and see, you know, when it's marked up and marked down. Alright, we gotta do some surgery real quick on my arm. I might try to... What I really need... I try not to buy stuff unless I, like, need it. You know? I'm kind of a minimalist in that way. I've never really cared for worldly stuff outside of, you know, the bare minimum. Even things like cars and computers, I never try to spend more than what I need, but right now what I need is more RAM, because my computer is... You just mark what you want before Black Friday and see if a lower price. Yeah. The thing is, though, like, I am... It's probably not even... Yeah, I know for a fact it's not even just me. Everyone right now around the entire world is just beyond broke. I mean... People before have been like... I had someone once talk to me about setting up, like, donations on YouTube and stuff, and I'm like... I have a donation link in my description, but I never talk about it because... I mean, why would I? People don't have money. And even if they did, I would rather you guys donate money to a charity before you give it to me. That's just the truth. Because while, yeah, money is cool and everything, I don't really need it, you know? I was thinking to buy a new PC for 3,000 euros, but I wonder why the hell I need such strong PC. I just want movies and not much more. Fair enough, yeah. You don't even really, yeah, you don't even really need to spend that much on a PC, especially if you're only going to use it for, like, recreational stuff. The PC I bought, it was, at the time, like, basically the average PC. You know, people who wanted to play video games and maybe, like, do some homework or watch YouTube videos, stuff like that. But now that I've kind of started streaming, I need more RAM because... my PC really can't keep up with it. I mean, it can, but just barely, you know? Not good enough to really say it's good, you know? If you're thinking about getting a PC, there are a lot of YouTubers out there who make, like, budget-friendly builds and stuff. I don't know if you watch them. The guy's name is Linus Tech Tips. He makes pretty decent videos. I think there's another guy called like something mods or Gamers Nexus. Yeah, that's his name. He makes a lot of good PC build videos and stuff like that too. Check him out if you haven't. Nix, he actually came in here one time asking me about computers, and I'm like, if you want, I could give you like a build that would cost probably, well, if you play seriously like a pro gamer, you need good internet as well, and it costs, let's say now I pay 20 euros a month. Good internet, Epic One, or Optic. Oh yeah, dude, Optic Fiber. You know what's funny though? It's illegal in China for internet distributors or like internet companies to artificially limit their their customers' internet speeds. So in places like China, when you go over there and you use internet, it's so fast it actually blows most people's minds. Whoa! That was a boss. That had to have been. Oh my goodness. I think that was partisan. Holy crap. But when it comes to computers, you don't really need good internet, you just need a really good connection. I'm using 3G right now, which isn't bad, but it's, yeah, partisan. Gosh, I hate that dude. Oh well. Partisan. If you use an Ethernet connection, so you know, like those yellow cables that you plug directly into your router, if you use those, you'll your connection will very rarely be a problem because you're connected to the Wi-Fi directly, right? There have been times where my Wi-Fi has like went down, but my internet is still working, right? And I've had that happen before while streaming. My Wi-Fi just stops working on my phone. We have number one fastest internet in the world, but you still have to pay the, oh, of course, yeah. Corporate greed, man. My friend, corporate greed. You love it? But even my computer right now, due to the current shortages of everything, even my computer right now would probably cost upwards of $2,000, and it's not even that good. My PC is very average. I mean, the graphics card I'm using is literally the most common graphics card that the majority of people use. I mean, Steam, Steam literally, I forget what it's called. Steam hardware survey results. Yeah, right here. So here, Steam, you can opt into this, but right here, the most popular graphics card is the RTX 3060, which is what I use. NVIDIA, right? This is the most common graphics card used that PC players have, right? And for good reason. It's a decent card. You won't break the bank if you buy it. It's not too powerful, but it's not too weak either. And for people to upgrade to like the 4060 or the 5060, you're not really going to see too much of a difference other than AI fake frames. Most people are running 16 gigabytes of RAM, same as me. Physical CPUs, that's like six threads. Yep. VRAM. Now you see the RTX 3060 has 12, not 8. So primary display, 1080p. That's the same as me. I don't have a 4K monitor. English, hard drive space up to 500 gigs available. Yeah. I am, if I ever build another computer, if I ever have the money to, if the market actually stabilizes at some point, I'm gonna build a full AMD build. No Intel, no Nvidia. And the reason why is because recent Intel CPUs have started using AI to take snapshots of your screen, no matter what you're doing, to quote unquote help the user remember passwords and things like that. What a load of horse crap. We all know they're using it to sell your information. Come on, man. How dumb do you think people are? But I'm thinking, well, I probably won't be able to build a PC for a long while, but good things come to good people. Sometimes, yeah. Not enough. I think we can both agree on that. But I'm thinking something like a 9070 XT with a what's it called, the 7800 X3D, something like that. The 9070 XT is insane when it comes to price to performance. The 9070 XT, it's an AMD graphics card. That thing can play 4K 60 FPS, and the card itself only costs $600 if you don't get a special one. You know what I mean? I just realized I don't have the ammo to be running this thing. Well, back to there you go. Weapons, weapons, weapons. There we go. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna have to buy some extra mags. Do I? Yeah, I don't think I have any on me. Oops. I think I'll use this scope. Take that off, put that on. Like Donkey Kong. Alright. 98 out of 100. Sick. Magazines, my friend. 76239. Where, oh where are the 54539? Right here. With 3 of those bad puppies. I have a 60 rounder. I'm gonna save that though, because right now in PvE the insurance is bugged, so it doesn't work like it's supposed to. But personally, I don't really mind that, because PvE, when insurance does work, is kind of broken. There's basically no risk, because you know if you do die, you get all your stuff back. But it's not how it is right now, because it's broken. Infinity is broken. Broken. I have so much of this ammo. It might be better if I run a 7.62 because if I... The ammo I'm using right now, it has very high penetration, but the damage output's not that good. Backpack with, like, pretty much nothing in it. Yeah, put stuff in there. There we go. I just don't get it why you have so low views. Being here feels so much better than most streamers do. But one dude said you have to stream like crazy, because if you don't stream... Yeah. So the way the algorithm works on YouTube, it recommends your streams and your videos based on... A lot of people think, oh, if a video has a lot of likes, then it'll be, recommended to people, right? Wrong. The way YouTube works, you could make a video that gets 100,000 dislikes and only 1 like, but if people are watching it, it's gonna get, showed to other people. So, in other words, if I make a video so other streamers will have your viewer attention. One dude said you have to stream like crazy, because if you don't... Yeah. I mean, streamers like XQC, he literally streams for basically half a day every single day, which is insane to me. I don't, unless I was doing like a charity stream, I don't think I'd ever do that. That's just way too much. It's unhealthy. But the way YouTube works is I could make a video that, let's say, like, for example, let me just show you because we're right here. Go to my YouTube channel. Um, so this video right here, the most popular video on my channel, right? 13,000 views. I made it a month ago. Even a video right here like this, I really enjoyed making my most recent video, but people aren't interested in it, right? And because people aren't watching it for that long, YouTube has not recommended it to basically anyone, right? But what's weird and what can happen is if this video right here, when I first uploaded it, the first 48 hours, it got no views, no likes, nothing. But after about 4 days, the views started going up and the likes started going up. And it's the YouTube algorithm is super hit or miss. I mean, this video right here, one of the first videos I made a while back, I didn't think that video would do that well, but over the past 3 months, it's gone up from 1,000 views, 2,000 views, 3,000 views, 4,000 views. And keep in mind, I'm not making any money off of this stuff because the whole YouTube, that's a whole nother that's a whole nother topic, man. In order to get ad revenue, you have to have at least 1,000 subscribers. You have to upload at least 3 times a week. No, 3 times a month. And you have to have a watch time of over 4,000 hours a year. And right now I'm sitting at, I think, 8,000 hours, which it sounds like it's difficult to do, but if you're making videos that people are interested in, it's really not that hard. It's all about content. Kind of. YouTube is very weird in how I've talked about this before, but let me show you again. The one YouTube video I uploaded that netted me like 200 plus subscribers. It was, where was it? It's one of my older ones. But you see, I've made all of these videos years ago, and they have super low. This was the first one that cracked 100 views. And where is it? The first video I made that cracked 1,000 views was Dead by Daylight. And after that, yeah, this one right here. YouTube basically labeled my channel as a Dead by Daylight channel. And every time I upload a video that isn't directly talking about Dead by Daylight, nothing ever really happens. You know, videos like this where I talk about philosophy and life and uh, stuff like that, it never gets seen. This one did pretty well. I basically just ranted for 7 minutes. It did fairly well, actually. This one where I talked about YouTube's AI, it didn't really do well, you know. But you go through my videos and you see that every video I make about Dead by Daylight, it goes insane. And that's because YouTube has basically putting a tag on my channel saying, "Oh, this is a Dead by Daylight channel." So whenever he uploads anything related to Dead by Daylight, push it out to everyone who watches Dead by Daylight stuff, right? And it's really stupid. It really is because, like I said before, I love Dead by Daylight, but I don't want to be talking about Dead by Daylight 24/7, 365. You know what I mean? That's why I like streaming, because people who actually are interested in talking about stuff other than Dead by Daylight show up here. That's fun. It's more so about the topic of discussion, not the content itself, right? Because there there are people who watch slop tubers and stuff, man. It's horrible. But playing Dead by Daylight or any other game again and again sucks, doesn't it? Exactly, exactly. Yes, and that's why I've been streaming Tarkov, right? Because if I upload videos like about Tarkov, or if I upload like, let's say I want to do like a zero to hero or something, those videos never do good because they never get pushed out. And the first 12 hours of a video being uploaded, determines the entire future of that video. So if I upload a video talking about a forgotten historical figure, like I did, I think yesterday, if that video doesn't get at least like 5 people watching it all the way through, it's not a long video, it's only like 8 minutes, but if people click on that video and then watch for 30 seconds and click off, that hurts me. And it tells YouTube, oh, this video sucks. Let's not recommend it to people because it sucks. It's a very narcissistic ecosystem, and I don't like it. Gone are the days of just, you know, doing whatever you want, regardless of views and stuff. You know? I've had so many people like you come in here and be like, dude, where have you been? This channel's awesome. Like, you literally just, you just talk. Like, you know what I mean? And so many of the OGs of this channel, you know, you, Bean, Nix, Erica, you know, so many of you guys have told me the reason why you like watching me is I just talk. That's it. And Nix specifically said he likes watching my content because I'm not afraid to talk about a lot of stuff that most YouTubers are. And yeah, but the way I see it is I would rather be authentic and have very little viewers instead of being fake and pretending and living in La La Land, you know what I mean? And have a million viewers, you know what I mean? I need to get a... I feel like I'm missing something. I need something here. No if, sorry. Oh, yeah. But you know, that's I've talked about it in past streams before. A lot of people, when my channel first quotations blew up, you know, because for me, 300 subscribers, that's a lot. You know what I mean? That's 300 people who said, this guy's actually interesting. I'm going to subscribe to him. That's not a small number, right? Yeah, yeah. And, you know, it's gotten to a point where I'm just gonna upload whatever the heck I want, and if it does good, it does good. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Whatever, you know. And I'm not worried about it because again, like what do you have to lose by just doing whatever you want? You literally lose nothing. You know what I mean? So there was one video I uploaded though where I was talking about a societal problem, and although the video did really bad at first, like in terms of views, over the course of a week, it got like 300 views and people were in the comments engaging with me and talking to other people, and that was really cool. I wish it was more like that, but that very rarely happens, like very, very rarely. You just lose popularity, not much more. It's not even popularity, it's just it's the same thing with the job market, you know? Like if you see a job you know you're not qualified for, you may as well apply for it anyway. Because what's the worst that could happen? They say you're not. They say they're not going to hire you. Like whoop de doo. What did I lose? I lost nothing. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like a big, why not? If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, nothing's really changing significantly in a negative way, so go for it. I feel like I'm forgetting something. What am I doing? Woods. Steady signal. Okay, yeah. I'm not doing that today. But you know, it's not even popularity. I I literally just made that one Dead by Daylight video. I think yeah, 3 months ago because I was bored. I remembered I had a YouTube channel just randomly out of nowhere that I hadn't uploaded to in a couple years, and I was like, I guess I'll upload a video talking about my frustrations because the game sucks and I needed to vent. You know, I was getting angry and I had no one to talk to, so I just made a video complaining about the state of Dead by Daylight. And yeah, here we are now. But another thing is, too, a lot of people won't admit this, but people are attracted to negativity. They are. Because the positive videos I have made on this channel, they don't do nearly as good as the videos where I'm, you know, hot-headed, screaming, you know, saying like, "What the hell, man? You know what's going on?" But I don't like that. That's not who I am, you know. I mean, yeah, everyone gets irritated, but to just pretend like you're so angry over a video game to the point where you make a like 10 to 15 even 20-minute long video where you're just yelling the whole time, that's ridiculous. My last Dead by Daylight video, I literally said I'm not going to be negative, and I really wasn't. And that video still did pretty good because it takes too much effort to care that much about something that you know won't change by you alone. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to describe actually. I forgot to bring ammo. I knew I was forgetting something. Oh well. We'll just have to scavenge. My friends, we go 0 to hero, yes? Cheeky breaky. Whoopachki. Oh, there we go. Ammo. See? Don't worry. Be happy. But then I am taking everything. Oh, this is the wrong ammo. Oh well. I think what we'll do is we'll wait for the BTR. I don't think it spawned last game. And you know, like I said, there were some people who have been, well, who used to. I'm assuming they still don't watch, but there were some people when I first got a couple subscribers who were explaining to people how you feel about something is always sideways. Some agree, some don't. People love trash talking because they want developers. It's not even just developers, it's just people in general. People love to be negative. They love to dogpile, you know what I mean? It's almost like wolves, you know? Two wolves might not get along when they're by themselves, but if they see some prey, they're both going to chase after it. You know what I mean? Wow, that's actually a really good analogy. I'm kind of proud of myself for coming up with that. But, yeah, man. I'm not about that life. That's why drama videos of, you know, people like Asmongold and whatnot, that's why those videos do so well. It's because everyone wants to just dogpile and be like, oh yeah, I'm so much better than so-and-so for this reason. You know what I mean? And yeah, sometimes what some things people do is really nasty and should be, you know, talked about, but yeah, I've never been a drama queen. Not for me, man. And another thing is, too, a lot of people prefer negativity. If you like it, play it and talk about it. If you don't, just don't play. Tell why you don't like it and just let it be. You know, that's a funny thing, too. There were people in my comments telling me, just uninstall the game, bro, to stop playing it. And then when I actually did it, they were surprised. And I'm like, dude, this isn't the first time I've stopped playing a game. Like, don't tell someone to just stop playing a game, then be surprised when they do. Like, I'm not gonna play something that makes me unhappy. It's so stupid to think that there are people who are like, uninstall the game, bro, or stop playing, and then you do, and then they're like, oh, you actually did it? It's like, yeah, man. It's just so dumb. I stopped playing Dead by Daylight for like 3... Ooh. Ooh, hang on. Hold that thought. Did he just say thrown a frag? Oh my goodness. No? Okay. I heard frag and I'm like, oh my crap. Alright, I know there's another one. But yeah, there were a lot of people who, when they found my channel, were just rage baiting. It's like, man. Hey, Fernand, I am not fault for it. I stopped playing Dead by Daylight for like 3 years back when something was going on. I forget what it was. It was like another one of those stupid controversies where survivor sided, killer sided. I want to say it was like insta blind flashlights or something like that. Hang on. I watched a dude streaming League of Legends for 6 years straight. He just said I had enough and lost 95% of viewers, but those 5% who were left still was with him, and he's more than happy, honestly. Yeah. It's kind of the same thing with me, just not with, well, nearly as many viewers. A lot of people want Dead by Daylight, and don't get me wrong, I love to give the people what they want, but at the same time, I'm not going to play a game if I hate it, you know? I'm not going to force myself to be unhappy all the time and angry and irritated. It's not fun. It's like I told Bean, you know, Bean, he was in here a while back, and he's like, man, I'm just not having fun, you know, like all these sweaty survivors. I'm like, dude, just, I told him, I'm like, just stop playing the game. just stop. Like, play literally anything else and you will be happy. And he did, and guess what? He's happy. He told me he's playing, like, Mass Effect right now. And I'm like, heck yeah, man. You know, play games that actually respect your time. And your enjoyment. Because at the end of the day, that's what video games are for. You're supposed to have fun, not misery. And the same thing with YouTube, you know? A lot of people do YouTube as a career. And it's just like, that's... Not only has that never been my goal, but it's like, you shouldn't be doing YouTube expecting to make money. Because if you do that, then people... I mean, I'm sure there will be some people who, for some reason, enjoy or, like, watch your content, but people have a built-in BS meter. I think you know what that stands for. But people aren't stupid. There are a lot of stupid people, but Diablo 4... I've heard some pretty mixed things about Diablo 4. I think I remember playing, or seeing someone play, one of the older Diablos. It looked kind of cool. Maybe I'll check that out sometime. Yeah. But, I completely forgot what I was even talking about. But yeah, you know, if you're playing a game and you don't like it, just stop playing it. And the same thing goes with like movies or basically any form of entertainment. If you're not having a fun time, just don't do it. You know? Like, yeah, the reason people continue to play or interact with stuff they hate or are not having fun with, it's because they love it. Ooh, that's a boss. I think that's Bird Eye. Ooh, we might be cooked here. We gotta play like a rat. This dude is like pixel perfect aim 90% of the time. He gives like 1 or 2 warning shots and then you're done. I have no idea where he is though. Throw a grenade, see if we can get him to move. You gonna outplay him? Hopefully. Just throw a nade, see if I can get him to move. He's a sniper, and because of that, he doesn't really move, and he stays far away. He's a pain to fight, man. He plays like a coward. It might be Partisan again, actually. Come to think of it. Partisan's kind of a coward, too. He just hides. And he places booby traps all over. It sounded like the shots came from over here. I have no idea. Let's assess the situation real quick. This thing is semi-auto, so what I'll do is I'll take the ammo out of this, fill my other mags, and hope for the best. There we go. The thing is, how much time we got left? I don't think the BTR spawned this time around again either. The thing is, you got to be careful with bosses because they have very good aim, and they will not miss 99% of the time. I mean, you saw how quick Partisan killed me that one game. Literally shot me twice, and I was dead before I could ever even react. I think we'll get a little bit closer to the road. If it was the goons, they probably would have pushed me by now. At least Knight. Death Knight, that's his full name. He is extremely aggressive. Let's see if we can get up here on this rock. If it's Partisan, we'll know, because we'll find tripwires on the ground with grenades on them. Come on. Come on. Go prone real quick. Last time I fought Partisan and killed him was actually right here. He's a sneaky little twerp. Oh. I just heard some Russian. Ooh. Got him. I don't think that was Partisan, but that was... Pretty sure that was a PMC. Scavs don't really come up here. Tarkov is what you're going to focus on, or what's the big plan? I'm thinking about going back to DBD, at least for a little bit. I'm going to see how the game's going. If the game doesn't really get better soon, Tarkov is one of those games where I could see myself playing this for at least like another 3,000 hours. That's just how much fun there is to be had in this game. But at the same time, I'm open to like suggestions and stuff. I just don't really have I don't have a lot of moolah. You know what I mean? Sweet. Found the exact same armor. We'll take it. We do a little insurance fraud. A little bit of insurance fraud. Just a little bit. Enhanced tube. I'm thinking I'll probably stick with Tarkov, at least. This week is probably going to determine what I'm going to be doing gaming-wise, because if the Tarkov update ultimately... Or not Tarkov, if the Dead by Daylight update ultimately didn't change anything, outside of playing with viewers, I'm probably just gonna not be playing it. I haven't played Dead by Daylight since I think for almost 2 weeks at this point. And I'm telling you, man, I haven't missed it even a little bit. Which sucks because I want to play it, but I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna force myself to play a game I'm not having fun in. Unless it's like, with viewers or... Yeah, it was a PMC. Ooh, MCX. Take that. Ooh, he had a big boy sack. Holy crap. Whatever you choose, keep in mind that building yourself, your family is always first. Never choose these things over a game. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Ooh, we need that. Ooh, that's a really good helmet. More insurance fraud. Chain. CJ. That's actually good ammo. Alright. Yeah, one of the regular viewers, his name's Karsklane, he convinced me to stream for like 7 hours a few streams ago. My record, my all-time record, 7 hours straight. I think it was actually like 7.5 hours, but I told him next stream, I'm like, dude, I cannot be streaming for more than like 6 hours a day because that 7 hour stream messed me up so bad it literally felt like I was hungover. I've never gotten drunk before, but yeah. It's funny that you have 5 viewers, I'm the only one talking. Well, it's whatever. A lot of people will have like a comfort streamer or something and they'll just put it on in the background, Which is cool. I think that's awesome. It's pretty cool. I remember one time I was literally just hanging out down the street, same old thing we did last week. That's a reference. I was just hanging out, playing some Tarkov and talking, and I glanced over at my viewer count and it was like 30. I'm like, holy crap. I didn't say anything, but it's like, wow, that is insane, man. I've never had that many viewers in one stream at all. It's crazy. This guy had crappy ammo. Well, we'll keep it. It's not too bad. Decisions. Drop that. Put that in there. Yeah, you'd be surprised. A lot of people just don't... they like the content, but they like to just... what's the word? To view, right? Which is cool. My friend, it is Gucci. Very nice. Usually the BTR spawns basically every raid. I can't believe it hasn't spawned 2 raids in a row. Someone was over here looting. Ugh. My friend, oh! Can I put that on here? It's an MCX. Oh, maybe the barrel's too short? No? You gotta be careful right here, because the goons, they can spawn up over that way, and they have a very, very far trigger radius. Ooh, need one of those. Vaseline, take that. What else? I found a LEDX right there, one raid, shortly after the 1.0 was released. Worth literally millions. Yeah, I'll probably do one more raid after this and call it for the night, for the weekend, really. Because, I think I'm going to start streaming more because I prefer the interaction of streaming over YouTube videos. Don't get me wrong, YouTube videos are cool and all, but it's just like it feels almost like there's a huge disconnect, and I'm not really into that. Oops, dropped the wrong thing. Another thing is too with YouTube videos, like yeah, if you make a mistake in the video, you can correct yourself in the comments, but not a lot of people are really looking at the comments. So what happens is if you make a mistake or if you need to update something but the video's already done and you upload it and you correct yourself, people will just leave a hate comment and then just go away, which hey, whatever, you know. But at least with streaming, if you misspeak or say something wrong, you can correct yourself live. It's another thing I like. Like, Fernando, I like it a lot. Ooh. How many of these do we need? Oh, we need that. Wow, I actually have so much stuff here. I don't know what to do with it. I wish I could stay longer, but I have to get at least 4 hours of sleep. It's 2:20 a.m. and I have to wake up at 7 a.m. Oh, yeah, I forget. You live across the pond, dude. My friend, you need to get your sleep. Get your big boy nappy. Nappy time, yes? It is really weird how a lot of my viewers are literally on the other side of the world. That's crazy to me, man. Actually, it kind of makes sense. America's, well, in the nicest way possible. Common sense isn't very common over here anymore. That's the nicest way to put it. But yeah, man, if you gotta go, don't worry. You can go, my friend. My friend, I do not hold you. Thanks for stopping by, though. I appreciate it. My friend, you make my day. But yeah, I'm probably gonna end stream soon anyway. I gotta get something to eat. I gotta make that video for Monday. My friends, it is good time. I'll try to catch you on other streams, and whatever you post, I have notifications. I'll always leave a like for you. I appreciate it, man. And you see, I don't feel, I don't know, maybe, maybe it's just because I don't like to be bossed around, but I always like to remind you guys, you don't have to do that. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't like something I'm making or you don't agree with something I'm saying, you know, don't feel the need to like instinctively leave a like on every single thing I do. You know what I mean? Because there are some of you guys who do that, and while I appreciate it and it's cool, I would rather you guys, you know, either don't leave a like or leave a dislike just to actually help me figure out what you guys want, right? Not saying I don't appreciate it, because I do, but I'm never going to tell you guys, leave a like and subscribe and, you know, comment down below, because I know I don't like to be bossed around. So, you know. I just don't want you guys to feel like you need to be some kind of obligated to support me, right? My friend is free country, well, at least here anyway. I don't know about you, where you live, but alright, where we gotta go? Northern UN roadblock, UN roadblock. Alright, I'm gonna go to the UN roadblock. Thank you, man, for the time you spend. For real, if I see you live, I prefer to be with you overall. Yeah, I like being live too, because, well, I prefer being live because, you know, it allows for a lot more conversations and connection. It's just like real life, you know? Well, except we're not physically, you know, talking to one another. I mean, we kind of are, but not face to face, right? But it's the connection, the active connection that makes streaming what I prefer, right? You know? You know what I mean? Whereas with YouTube videos, although YouTube videos grow your channel more, there's that constant disconnect, you know? People don't really get to know you that well, and if you are being negative in a video, they automatically assume that's a part of who you are, right? a lot of people will see my videos where I'm, you know, geeking, freaking out about Dead by Daylight, and they'll be like, "Ah, this guy, he's just farming outrage. He's just a little goofy goober trying to get some clicks and views." It's like, nah, dude, that's just what I'm thinking, you know. And I know people think that way because the same people who are like, "Just stop playing Dead by Daylight," they didn't actually think I would. Have to go, stay strong, never let anything let you down. I love your people, what you do, and the way you are. This is my last message. I just really have to go. I want to say those. Don't apologize for leaving, man. You have a good evening. Well, good morning technically, but don't ever apologize for leaving, man. Yeah, respect you too, man. Have a good one. My friend, God bless and peace be upon you. Giga easy. Wopachki. My friend, this is how we do it. Alright. Woo! Man, I'm actually starting to get a headache. I can't believe the BTR hasn't spawned, man. That's ridiculous. Usually it spawns almost every single game. Oh no! His body. My friend, he just fell. I got shot at from behind. Wait, is that him right there? Yeah, it is. Okay. I got shot at from behind. We're just gonna keep moving. I don't want to get killed by Partisan again. Not a fan. I'm thinking what I'll do off stream is probably grind out some more quests. I have a couple more Streets of Tarkov quests that I need to get done, but my PC can barely handle it when I'm not streaming, so I'm gonna have to do that off stream. But yeah, I think I'll make a video with my in-depth thoughts about Tarkov 1.0. Yeah, why not? I've got about maybe 20, 24 hours so far, 1.0 now. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. That actually sounds kind of fun. A lot of people are like, Tarkov 1.0 is great, and other people are like, oh, it's horrible. It's kind of a mixed bag, but it's not bad, you know? It's not bad, but it's not great. It's just, you know? It's the same Tarkov I know, and because of that, I'm still having fun. And although the story is kind of hit or miss, it's new, you know? I like new stuff. So, whatever. Someone said, you shouldn't expect Tarkov to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. And I'm like, dude, I never said I wanted the game to be perfect. For me, this game is perfect. The only thing I want is just some better optimization, you know? Get more frames, get a little less blurriness, a little bit less tessellation. Actually be able to play certain maps at 60 FPS without, you know, having your game crash. But you know a game is good if it has problems and yet you're still having fun. You know what I mean? Games like Pokemon and stuff like that, they don't have the best graphics. They don't have, you know, like massive multiplayer stuff, and yet they still sell super well because they're fun at their core, right? That's what Tarkov is for me. Tarkov is fun. I like the challenge. I like the difficulty, you know, knowing you could die and literally lose everything you have on you. I like that because it's realistic. I mean, yeah, in real life you only die once and you lose everything, right? But at the end of the day, this is a video game. I know some people were kind of upset that in PvE, what I play, that the insurance is bugged right now, and because of that, you only get like half of the stuff you insured back, but I honestly don't mind that because in PvP, if you die and you have insured items, you almost never will see them again. So I don't mind it. It adds an extra layer of challenge for me. I might take that. Nah, I don't have the room. If I had the room, I would. I could probably just buy one from Proper. My friends are buy it from Proper. Ooh. Actually. Bad habit. Where are you? Strike. Marble. Okay, we need 2 marble. We have 2. Alright, we don't need that one. I don't need that one either. But yeah, honestly, if they really crack down on bug fixes and optimization, this would probably it would be up there for one of my most favorite games of all time. It's just that's how much I love this game. It's legitimately amazing. It takes things like Call of Duty and Battlefield have, such as, realistic weapons, realistic bullet mechanics, armor mechanics. This isn't like Call of Duty where you just carry around like 10, 12, armor plates and just pile them on top of each other until you got like 12 plates all on your chest. you know? I've always found realism to be very, very fun because reality is hard and I like challenges. So, my friends, USEC. Interesting. Interesting. Hmm. What's today? Today is Saturday, right? Yep. My friend, how I forget? I am streaming. Thinking Monday, DBD video. I might save the. I don't know. There's a lot going on in DBD. I might have a whole another week of DBD stuff. Honestly. Monday is going to be a video talking about the stream they did, which wasn't as bad as the last one, but it's still pretty up there. And I think Wednesday I'll make a video checking out the palette changes, see if they're actually good or not. And then Friday, depending on the state of the game, if it's actually worth coming back to or not, I might do a build video with Furtive Chase because it's got reverted and I love that perk. Got 3 gold chains, man. Mine. Airloop. Airloop. You there, you there. You in here. I know we'll need those later for a quest, so I think I'll keep them. That there. Ammunition. Where, oh, where do we put such a thing? Right here. Sweet. What backpack is better? Minus 2% movement speed, minus 1% turn speed. Oh, the T30 is literally across the board better. Okay, well, I guess we'll sell the other one then. There we go. Do I have ammo for this MCX? If so, I might keep it. or at least use it for a little bit. I have a lot of 7.62 ammo. Holy crap, man. Of all calibers as well. Decisions. I think I'll sell it. Keep this mag. Oh, I forget Proper. He has a BT trade. Yes, that's actually huge. 3. We get 2 boxes of BT ammo. I completely forgot he had that. That's actually really huge. That's what she said. Alright, no more cigarettes for that. We need 2 more strike cigarettes for him. BT ammo isn't the greatest, but it certainly is better than PP ammo. I'm not even joking. That's actually what it's called. My friend, PP and BP in BT and PPBS in BS. Alright, didn't we find a key? Rogue USEC Barrack key. How much is that going for? Huh, doesn't matter, can't sell it. Friend, that is mildly infuriating. Killa, Nakatani basement. I need to sell the... Well, no. What do I need to sell to the most? Probably Jaeger. Yeah, he doesn't even want to buy it. Oh, well. Guess we're selling it to Mechanic then. Well, no, we should sell it to Peacekeeper because we need USD for access to Lighthouse. Ugh, the worst map in the game. Even though Streets of Tarkov runs like crap, I'd still rather play Streets of Tarkov. Because Lighthouse just sucks that bad. My friends, it is not good. Well, we look like we're all good to go into another raid. I think I have a few factory tasks. Get in, get out, nice and quick. Scout. Yep. Locate the dead messenger and obtain his letter on factory. I think I know where that is. Chemical part 3. I know where this is. It's just really hard to find. All right, yeah, let's do it. Let's do a factory raid. What weapon? Screw it. Let's just use a shotgun. Friend, why not? We're in close quarters. Put my ammo up here. I don't want to lose that. Just got it. Ammunition. And let's use slugs. 40 slugs, 7 flechette, plus 1 in the chamber. Alright, let's do it, baby. Did I insure my helmet? Hello, game? Yes, I did. Good. Trying to remember. Hey, what's up, Cars? Dude, you're lucky I'm streaming on YouTube because you missed a crap ton, dude. If you want, you can rewind and watch it. I'm gonna keep the stream a little short today. I think I think this is probably gonna be the last raid, and I'll hop off for the weekend, but what was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I don't know, but hey, it's good to see you again, man. I will watch VOD. Hey, there you go. Appreciate it. Yeah, dude, this stream was actually really good. I've enjoyed it quite a bit. PMC over there. Ooh, sweet. I started off the stream using this shotgun. All the PMCs are over there. They're calling each other cowards and stuff. What are you planning on Thanksgiving? Oh, man. I don't think we're doing anything crazy, really. Usually on Thanksgiving, it's just me, and my mom's side of the family. We usually just all get together under one roof and hang out for a full day. And, you know, eat a lot of food, of course. I'm thinking... That's another thing, too, I haven't talked about too much. My dad and me, we're actually starting to connect a lot more lately, and I'm really happy about that. I really am. My dad, I've always had a skewed perspective of my father because he has never really been there, but he's tried to be in his own weird way, right? And I don't want to talk too much about him because I respect his privacy, but to sum it up, he's got regrets, and he had the balls. Did you did you see the way he ragdolled, dude? Shotguns in this game are so realistic. Oh my goodness. Did you, dude? That's what would happen in real life if you got unloaded by a 12 gauge. I literally just boom, 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 12 gauge, 12 gauge, 12 gauge. He literally flew like 3 feet backwards. Oh man, I love this game. Like I was saying though, my dad and me, we've started to connect a lot more. It's actually really nice. His family and my mom's side of the family have always been kind of not really against one another, but like separated. You see that? Like, look at that. Ooh, shotgun. Yeah, it is. It's awesome, man. And I used to always view my dad as kind of like a coward, so to speak, because of the way he acted, but as I've gotten older and I've realized how the court system works, and I've realized that there genuinely is not much he could have done, I've begun to realize that he's not a bad father. He was just actually trying his best, given the circumstances, right? I mean, just to emphasize how much I didn't really know him, I didn't know his middle name up until like a year ago. I mean, that's that's how little I actually knew about my own father for quite a long time. But I think like 2 years ago, right before I found God, like it was either 2 or 3 years ago, he actually had the courage to... Oh yeah, they do. But he had the courage to tell me sober, which is huge because he is not a sober guy, but he had the courage to tell me one-on-one, sober, that he's sorry for the way he has treated us boys and alienated us, and that if he could do it over, he would. And from someone like him, that is insane. You know? The fact he even had the guts to do that, it takes a lot, man. But ever since then, I've been talking to him a lot more, and my brothers, they're not as... Again, you know, I love my brothers. They're not bad or anything like that, but I would just say not everyone is as forgiving as me, and I don't really blame them for it because, don't get me wrong, my dad, he's human too. There were times where he could have done something, but he didn't for another reason. But these past few years, he's been trying really, really hard to fix himself, and he's made it very, very obvious that he's actually trying, you know? That he actually cares, and that means a lot, you know?
Gap spotted. We've got a rat here, damn it.
I'm using the best slugs in the game right now, so that's why I'm dropping people like they're nothing. But yeah, you know, I always used to see my dad as like a coward, you know. He would never like try to stick up for us boys or anything. And as I got older, though, I realized if he would have actually done something like that, he probably would have gotten in a lot of trouble, you know. And it's not really. My mom, she would let us boys, you know, go over there whenever we wanted, you know. She would always tell my dad, like, hey, you wanna hang out with your sons? They're here, you know. You can pick them up whenever you want. But he, it's not really an excuse, but he, even right now, is still going through a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that I never knew about, but I relate to heavily, you know. It's crazy, man. But I noticed when I was at his place a little while back, my stepsister, she's like 10, maybe 12. She made like an offhand comment saying, "Wow, Dad, you're not drunk tonight?" And she was joking, but he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "I don't get drunk that often." And she's like, "Yeah, you do." And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of funny." But I asked my sister like off on the side. I'm like, "Does he actually get drunk like every night?" And she's like, "Yeah, man, he he goes nuts with it." I'm like, "Interesting. Why isn't he doing it now?" And she said, "I don't." I said, "I don't know." But the only thing I could think of is the fact that I was there, so he kind of wanted to be sober because of that. You know what I mean? And from what I understood, he just kind of assumed that all of us hated him because of his mistakes, which is, I'm assuming, why he drinks so much, or used to. But yeah, you got to talk about stuff like that, man. You can't just assume the worst and, you know, drown your sorrows in a bottle. That's not good. It's not healthy for you or the person you're having a problem with. Dude, there are PMCs everywhere. I need to just do my objective. I'd love if I could just do my objective. Hey friends, I do not want to fight. I just want to do my objective, please. Can I put a light on this thing? I can. Cool. This looks like a gun you'd see out of like Star Trek or something.
Enemy front.
Oh. Whoa! Holy dude, that scared the crap out of me. Holy. Woohoo! This game's more of a horror game than Dead by Daylight. Holy smokes.
Got him, traitor.
He's not dead. He just tanked all of that. Nice try. Oh, no. Dude, I'm actually popping off right now. He's healing. My friend Giga is a cheeky breaky. Ooh. Alright. We gotta do some surgery. Ooh. Oh, sweet. My NVIDIA overlay actually wants to work today. Awesome. I drink only once a year. That's not a bad thing. You know, I don't drink or smoke for a couple different reasons, but the biggest one is the fact that there are a lot of people in my family who are both smokers and drinkers, and none of them are good with it, so to speak, right? You know? There was only one happy drunk I knew of in my family, and then he had a loved one die, and then he became not so happy anymore, right? Which is understandable, but I don't think he'll ever drink the same way. You know what I mean? It's like drowning your sorrows. It's pretty sad, but you know, some people just prefer it because they don't have to face the harsh reality of it all. Why am I still healing? It says I'm at full health. What's going on? Okay. Don't have a lot of ammo with this thing, so go back to the shotgun. I smoked for 6 years and I stopped because I rediscovered my love for combat sports. Combat sports? I've never heard of anything like that. My friend, elaborate, please. Sounds kind of interesting. Oop, laggy. What ammo you got, home slice? Ugh. I will take your rig. And that's about it. Ooh, boxing. Yeah. Dude, boxing's one thing I've always wanted to get into. It'd be really awesome. My dad used to be really good with mixed martial arts. He learned how to use the nunchuck back when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was popular when he was a kid, and I think to this day he actually still has a pair of them, which I think is funny. I saw some old like footage of him as a kid using them. He's really not half bad. He showed us a clip one time of him accidentally smacking himself in the head with nunchucks. That was funny, man. Took it like a champ. Man, there are a lot of dead guys here. Buying nunchucks for fun. You know, I've always thought nunchucks were cool, but like, I've always wondered, how practical are they really? You know, like, you'd have to be so close to your opponent for them to actually be effective. I wonder if it'd even be worth it at that point. Bruce Lee, dude. Dude, Bruce Lee, I love him, man. It sucks he died so young. Him and his son. Oh man. You ever seen the movie The Crow? I didn't know that guy. I forget his name, but that was Bruce Lee's son, and I didn't know that. And when I learned that he died at such an early age, it's like, wow, that sucks, man. That dude had his whole career ahead of him. It's like, man. But hey, that's why you just got to learn to cherish life, because every day could be your last. That's especially true for some of us more than others. Both died the same way, cruel fate. Yeah. I forget what movie it was, but I remember seeing a a movie with him and Chuck Norris, and they were like fighting each other. It was awesome, man. I forget what movie that is. Well, I might go back and watch it, see if I can find it somewhere. Alright. I don't know where this messenger is. I thought it was over there in that like little bunker area, but I know where this is. I think so. Should be in here somewhere, if memory serves correct. Maybe they moved it. I think they moved it, actually. It used to be up here, but I think I remember an update where they moved it. There used to be a quest item up there. Yeah, they fight each other in the Coliseum. Yeah. I remember that. Chuck just looks at him like, huh? I saw someone make a joke about how it's impressive that Bruce Lee managed to take a punch from Chuck Norris and die many years later. Most people die instantly. I thought that was pretty funny. Good times. I guess I'm gonna have to do a lot of YouTube off stream. Figure out where this crap is, because my goodness. The Tarkov devs have a history of changing stuff that really doesn't need to be changed. Ooh, that is such a good find. Holy crap. Just found a grenade launcher for an AK. That's huge, man. You like dark humor? I don't mind dark humor, but I think there's a fine line between being funny and then just straight up being, like, a bad person. There's a difference between, like, that Bruce Lee joke, and then just being like, ha ha ha, racism. Ha ha, you're a different skin color than me. It's like, that's not even dark humor, that's just stupid. Or, like, people will do something edgy, like watch gore videos of people dying, and they're like, ooh, dark humor. It's like, that's not dark humor, that's just disgusting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I killed 6 PMCs. I'm pretty sure I just wiped out everyone there. That is insane. I remember you asked last stream how good the shotguns are in this game. You just saw firsthand how good they can be. My friend, I rip and tear. Yes? Very good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna sort my stash, talk for a little bit more, then probably end stream, because I got some family over. I'm gonna go hang out with those guys and get something to eat for dinner. I'm thinking, I haven't had fast food in forever. Thinking Taco Bell. My friend, I get the poopy stinky. I've actually been losing weight for quite a while now. Um, when I first started on my diet and exercising, I lost 40 pounds in just 6 months, dude. It was insane. And I remember my doctor told me that's really good, but don't get your hopes up because your body, your body actually keeps a hidden clock of that, right? And when you lose that much weight that quickly, your body begins to think in terms of survival, right? Because we as human beings have basically lived throughout all of our lives surviving, and our bodies have adapted because of that. So, although it's good for us to lose weight and we know it's good, our body doesn't think that's good. So, it seems only Tarkov, Battlefield, and Insurgency did shotguns right. Right? Yeah. In a lot of games, you have to. In a lot of games, unless you're actually pretty much kissing someone, shotguns are never going to do anything. It's so stupid, man. But as you just saw, like, yeah, I was using slugs, but I was also using flechette ammo, 12 gauge flechette, and I killed that first guy, that first PMC. I shot him 3 times, and he literally was blown backwards because of how powerful how powerful it hit him. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, man. If you don't eat enough protein and lift, you will lose muscle first. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, I actually talked with my doctor a while ago because I felt like I was gaining weight even though I was eating even though I was still at a calorie deficit. And she asked me, she's like, "Are you eating the same diet?" I said, "Yep." She said, "Are you still eating lots of protein and lots of fiber?" I said, "Yep." And she's like, "Are you lying to me? Like are you eating more than what you're telling me?" And I said, "No, I'm not. I'm literally calorie counting every single day." And she said, "You probably are at too much of a deficit and your body thinks you're starving. So it's your metabolism is super 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 low." And she basically had to explain to me that my diet over time has become, while it worked in the beginning, it's become too strict, and my body basically was thinking I'm starving. And because of that, even though I'm super active and I work out every day, I'll walk for like an hour, then I'll go outside and chase my dog around in the yard for like 30 minutes, do some push-ups, and even though I'm still pretty active and I'm still losing weight, it's Play-Doh. People recommend to do refeed. Mm. But my doctor told me to actually start eating more. And I thought she was crazy. She's like, "You need to eat more of the same stuff you're eating." She told me to eat 500 calories more a day. And I thought she was crazy, but go figure, the doctor's right. And I started losing weight again. It's just not as much, you know? Who knew sometimes doctors actually know what they're talking about? uh, Funny, man. Yeah. Tarkov right now is basically just regular Tarkov because in order to progress the story, I have to build up my hideout, which means I have to just play the game like usual, right? Because yeah, your metabolism starts working again. She told me to eat basically snacks throughout the day, but still stay in a caloric deficit. You know what I mean? She told me to eat more in smaller amounts so that way your metabolism is going throughout the majority of the day. And because your metabolism is going throughout the majority of the day, you're going to burn more calories as long as you're, moving and whatnot, which I am. let's just sell that crap. Not gonna need it. That grenade launcher is huge, though. What I can actually go to factory, and I've been saving these grenades for a while because I figured I would find them at some point. Where are they? Right here. These are launchable grenades that detonate within 25 to 30 meters from this AK-47 underbarrel grenade launcher. Well, you see, you're right, but back then, my problem has never been the fact that I eat too much. It's the problem is I'm just lazy. Like I'm just naturally lazy. I never really want to do anything. I don't want to move. I don't want to, go for walks in the park. I literally just want to stay inside and either work from home or go to work and then come home and do nothing, right? And one thing that I will say is my daily limit for calories is about 1500, but if I go over by like 100 or 200, it's not that big of a deal because I'm still in a deficit. Daily, I burn about 3000 calories just from doing nothing, which is just above average because I'm a bigger guy, but most guys burn on average around 2000 to 2500 calories a day if they're a healthy weight, which I'm not, but I'm getting there. And for me, I burn around 3000 to like 3100, but that's without exercise. If I exercise, I can burn anywhere from 3300 to 3600 calories a day. It just depends on the amount of exercise I do and the amount of exercise I do and the what exercises I do. You know what I mean? Ugh, man, I'm getting a headache. Not while I'm here. Let's see if we can take that off. If I remember correctly, we need an upper, but no lower. I forget how to do this. Oops. Yeah. Okay, so can I... Oh, I can just put it on like that. Okay, cool. Check that out, man. My friend, I have grenade launcher. Yeah, the ergo is 0 though. That's because the grenade launcher is pretty heavy. I'm gonna take off the suppressor to get some ergo. I mean, I'm gonna be using this thing in close quarters anyway. I've heard that chess players burn many calories due to the intense mental work. I could see that. They're thinking constantly. What am I doing? I need to get like a muzzle brake on this thing. Anything with ergo. Recoil. I think that's the best one we can buy. Maybe we can get a better handguard. 664. This one looks to be the best one. Ergo is very important because it allows the range of movement on your weapon to be a bit easier. Nikita, can we get something besides AK, please? You see, normally by now, if this was a normal wipe, I would be using like M4s. Well, you saw me use shotgun, but the only reason I'm using AKs is because they're so readily available and you can find them literally everywhere. Because, you know, this takes place in fictional Russia. But there are so many different AKs in this game that are chambered in different calibers and munitions. So, you know, there's really no reason not to just use them all the time. It's very convenient. I'm gonna put these up here. We can get an EOTech for this thing. Somewhere over the rainbows. Just put them in here, man. I don't care. I do not care. I do not care. Just put it anywhere in my underwear. Imagine if they had bears and wolves. I don't. This game can barely handle AI as a whole. I couldn't imagine them adding in like environmental hazards like that and stuff. It actually kind of makes sense why there aren't any too, because you know it's an active war zone. All the scavs are probably killing them and eating them. Let me show you this grenade launcher before I hop off. Anywhere to put this thing? Yep. My friend, great success. Alright. Wake me up before you go. But yeah, like I was talking about earlier, if this game ran better, it was more stable, and it had less bugs, even just the way it is right now, it would be my favorite, probably my favorite, like, shooter of all time. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not really big into shooters, but still, for someone who's not really big into shooters, that's big for me. My friend is very good. To switch to the grenade launcher, you have to press... you have to press the number that your weapon is on, and then you can shoot from the hip or use this. I often use a laser, though, because I find the laser to be much more accurate. This is going to make grenade quests so much easier. Check this out. My #1 game is DBD. I don't know if I'd say that. It's definitely up there, but #1. I would say my top 3 are probably Red Dead 2, Escape from Tarkov, and Dead by Daylight, if I had to choose. And the order that those 3 are in would change pretty much every day. It really just depends on the mood I'm in, honestly. Also, what armor is this guy wearing? This rig I just stole off one of the guys I kill had all level 6 plates, man. That's crazy. Can bots spot lasers? Yep. Yep. They not only can they spot them, but they get aggroed by them too. So if you're just running around all willy-nilly thinking, oh, I'm safe, you know, the bots, they're never gonna see me. Wrong. That's why when I play indoor maps like Interchange and stuff, I always try to keep my lights off, and that's why I flick them on and off pretty often. Try not to draw too much attention, but the AI of that last game was actually working the way it was supposed to. That one PMC tried to flank me while the other one was engaging. The AI, like I said, it doesn't always work in this game, but when it does, man, you get one of the most realistic like shooter experiences out of any other game. It's insane. Now you see this rig, it's not bad, but it's not good either. And the reason why is because it doesn't have any neck protection. In PvE, you need neck protection because the way the AI bots work is they basically they have a built-in aimbot, right? Because they're bots, they have to. But the way their aiming works is they target the weakest area they can after a certain amount of bullets are fired, right? So with bosses, they'll shoot at you maybe once or twice, but then they'll kill you if they still see you. But with AI like scavs, they typically will shoot and miss like 4 or 5 shots, then they'll start hitting you. And with PMCs, they usually miss the first 2 or 3. And if you don't have neck protection or face protection like this gives tier 2 protection. So if a scav were to shoot me in the face with like a pistol, it wouldn't kill me, right? But if I was to be shot in the face by someone using an AK-47, odds are it would kill me, right? But this collar right here is tier 3 soft armor, which means it protects me against almost all small arms fire, and it protects me against like bad like big arms fire, right? Bullets like this. They can penetrate tier 3 armor, but it's very low. And because of that, the bots, they are then programmed to see your arms and your legs as your next weakest areas because your chest is covered, your stomach's covered, your head's covered, your face is covered, and your neck is covered. So then they start shooting your arms and your legs. And that's why when you do get into a fight or you think you're about to get into a fight, you always want to pop a painkiller beforehand because if your legs get shot out and you're in a really bad spot and you don't have a painkiller, you can't run, which means you're dead, right? You're not getting away from that. I've died that way more times than I'd like to admit. But yeah, man. It's crazy. I need to get a weapon. Yeah, so I died yesterday off stream. I was doing some tasks on streets because that map is so big. I mean, wow, it's ridiculous. But anyway, I died on there and I lost eliminate scavs with someone from the pain effect. Interesting. I lost my M16, right? But when it came back, half of the parts were missing. All of the expensive stuff was taken, other than I think like this. Which, for some reason, a lot of PvE players don't like, but I actually like that. It adds more difficulty to the game. You know, it reminds you that not everything you have, you keep. You're in a war zone, right? Scavengers are gonna scavenge. And I realize that this entire time, I could have gotten rid of that ugly charging handle by just buying a AR-15 upper receiver. And I felt stupid because I saw AR-15 and I automatically assumed, oh, that means semi-auto, right? No, because the lower receiver I'm using is the M16A1, which is full auto. And you see, that's the beauty of the M4 platform, right? You can kind of Frankenstein different bits and pieces together to get the best version of the weapon you want, right? So even though the upper receiver is for a version of this platform that's only semi-auto. The fact that I have a lower receiver that has full auto allows me to use this upper receiver with full auto, right? I don't know why it's taking me so long to explain that, but yeah. I think what I'll do off stream is I'll probably go to reserve. This is where all like the weapon stuff is. You got ammo, you got grenades, you got guns, you got armor, and I think I'll run that a few times, but maybe I'll do it on stream once or twice, but Monday and Tuesday. Monday, I'm gonna have a video about Dead by Daylight coming out soon, talking about the live stream, and then Tuesday I'll probably be playing this off stream, grinding a little bit, and I'm also gonna do some research into some of these quests, so I'm not running around like a headless chicken on Wednesday. Thursday, I'm thinking about if the Dead by Daylight update isn't that bad, I might start playing it on stream again, but man, no one wants to watch someone just be in pure misery. I mean, literally no one. You know what I mean? This stuff is super expensive because people know it's needed for your hideout. I need to get light bulbs so I can upgrade my lighting in here. Once I upgrade my lighting, I can build the gym right here, which will allow me to level up my endurance and strength. We need more endurance than strength because strength you level up just by being overweight, carrying a bunch of stuff on you, but endurance is a bit more difficult because the only way you can really upgrade it is by running around with when you're underweight or at just the right amount that you would normally carry, right? So, yeah. This is very important though, because as you see, it increases your jump stamina. It reduces your jump stamina drain. Holy crap! Increases the amount of time you can hold your breath when aiming. Increases your overall stamina. Reduces breath recovering time. So when you're running really far and you have to like recover stamina, it goes up quicker. It's very important, but it's hard to level. Strength is really good. It just takes forever to level up. My metabolism's level 19 just from eating in raid. Eat and drink when you're hungry, and you do that. You level up your perception by just picking up stuff off the ground. Charisma by buying and selling stuff. Attention. This is kind of like perception, except it's attention determines how fast you loot containers, and perception determines like how easy it is to find stuff on the ground that isn't in containers, right? Let's say you find like a Rolex on the ground, but you don't see it. A little white dot will appear when you look past it to tell you, hey man, there's something there you just missed. It's actually really good. Pistols, submachine guns, bolt action, mag drills. That's huge. Hideout management's pretty big too. You know what? We need to find repair kits for my guns and armor. That way we can repair it for free by ourselves, and although initially it won't be good, over time we'll be able to repair our stuff better than the traders and for free. So, yeah. But yeah, I think I'm gonna head out now. My friend, it was very fun as always. I hope you have an amazing Sunday. When is Thanksgiving? Isn't it? I forget what day it is specifically. Let me check real quick. the 27th, so Thursday. I might not be streaming Thursday. If that, yeah, that's when Thanksgiving is, isn't it? Yep, 27th. I might not be streaming Thursday because it's Thanksgiving. So yeah, I don't know. If I do, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. And friends, I hope you all have a great weekend. And if for whatever reason I don't see you guys on Wednesday or the weekend, I hope you all have an amazing week. My friends, God.